take no pictures. Flash. Middle finger up, fuck the system. Fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. Get right with you, I'ma get right with you. Wow. Get right with you, I'ma get right with you. Hold up. Woo. Get right with you, I'ma get right with you. Yeah. Woo. Woo. Get right with you. All set.
901 Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive. Niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side. Oh well, fuck them, dawg. We gon' see how hard they ride. I get racks to go outside, and I split it with the guys. We up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied. I been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died. They won't be expecting shit when Capo go to slide. Cause I told them that we put that shit behind us, but I lied. Hey, look who I'm around, man. If I fucked up, I'ma be downtown, man. Full flow bound, man. That's if I get caught, man. Push me to the edge, so it really ain't my motherfucking fault, man. I'm not to blame, man. This fucking industry is cutthroat. I'm not the same, man. And I could let you check the tag now. I'm rocking name brand. I'm only chasing after bags now. I got a game plan, and I'm out here with the 700 3i5s. Look alive, look alive. Niggas came up on this side, now they on the other side. Oh well, fuck them, dawg. We gon' see how hard they ride. I get racks to go outside, and I split it with the guys. We up on the other side, niggas acting like we tied. I been gone since like July, niggas acting like I died. They won't be expecting shit when Capo go to slide, cause I told them that.
Fuck out some commas, yeah. Fuck out some commas, yeah. Fuck out some commas. Fuck out some commas, yeah. 100,000 to 100,000. 100,000 on 100,000. 200,000, 500,000. $1 million is how money shine.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to Crown Confidential. I'm so excited because Miss Ange has flown from Tampa, Florida to be here in the building with those cute glasses.
Building. Yes,
I see
thank
okay.
you. My reading glasses
You're
I
out here
can't see
working.
out of.
Super excited to have the bestie here with me, and I'm going to open up the floor and allow everyone to introduce themselves. DJ Sable, you're up first.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is DJ Sable. That's at dj.sable. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
What's up?
Hello, young world. This is Vanna Oshun coming to you live from New York City.
Yes.
We are live in Brooklyn. I'm an actor, singer, writer, rapper, and I'm here to share my world with y'all. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Good evening, guys. This is Katrina, better known as Wisdom. My brand is Pieces of Wisdom. And yeah, I'm a New Yorker from Brooklyn myself, and I'm ready to just get into it with you guys.
Yes,
Super
thank you,
excited.
thank you.
We have a lot to get into this evening, so let's open up the floor. So let's start with story time.
It's
story
lit.
time.
Yes.
So who's ready with the?
I'll do my story. It's a,
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
a feel-good story.
It's a feel-good
It's
story.
a feel-good story.
It can't always be a feel-good story.
Why
Ange.
not?
No, but
I'm a feel-good kind of. That
I'll
didn't
let you
sound
rock
right.
'cause
That
you're
didn't
here.
sound
Go ahead.
right. So my sister works with Hempstead PAL. And today we went. Yes, Hempstead. So today we frosted some sugar cookies that she baked with the kids in the neighborhood. It was real cute. There was some people that were, some kids were real creative with their sugar cookies. Really awesome. We had, and then one of the guys in the neighborhood came out and bought toys. So they got to go home with some sugar cookies and toys. So it was really awesome.
That's beautiful.
Aww, that's so cute.
I
You
know,
always
right?
do it.
Feel good.
That was so cute.
And my sister's awesome. Her
Yeah.
name is Sybil. Sybil
Yeah,
Zeno.
Sybil will be up here. We love you.
She's a
Shout out
personal
to-
chef.
Shout out to Little Sisters. Shout out
Yes.
to Durga in the building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Burger Belly, Big Buddy.
Big Betty!
Slit.
So I know that Van Oshun, you have a story time.
Yes, I do. Alright, boom. So,
That's so Brooklyn.
So New York.
That's so Metro Cardes. Alright, boom.
So-
yo, we gonna take it way back. Alright, boom. So, I was in like the 7th grade, right? And I had a crush on this boy. And like, it was a OD crush. So I'm sitting in the back of the class. And I'm like writing his name in a heart. Like I wrote his first and last name like over and over again in the heart. Like I was like obsessive with him. I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. So the teacher was like, we need somebody to rap these lyrics in the front of the class who want to come up. And I'm like, oh, me. I want to come up. So like I'll run over. Yo, Prince Lawrence, what up, bro? Mo. So anyway, I go to the front of the class and I hold up the paper, right? And on the paper is his name in hearts and everything, and I'm not realizing it. So I'm like, yeah, and da-da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da-da. And my friend is like, Savannah. At the time, they used to call me Savannah. She's like, Savannah. And I'm like, what? Why are you trying to stop me? And she's like, yo, look at the back of the paper. And I look at it, I'm like, and I violated. Oh, no. I violated. Like, instead of me taking the heat, there was this Asian girl, Ira Day, in my class. And I'm like, yo, Ira, why your paper in my hand? I violated.
Gangsta.
Yo, Ira, if you out there somewhere, yo, Ira Day, shout out her mother, Obi. She's a really good person. I'm so sorry I did that to you. And she held it down. She wasn't like, nah, that was you. She was like, I don't know, bro. So thank you, Ira.
Somebody always did pick up the heat and stuff like that. 7th grade, damn, I remember when I was doing the 7th grade.
Facts.
The stairwell to 162. I think I got my second kiss in the stairwell. There was a kid.
That was the year you got into the fight.
Nah, 7th grade, yeah, I did get into a fight. I'll talk about it another time. But I remember there was a kid in, you bring it back memories, a kid in 8th grade, and I was about to graduate. It was like the next to last day of school. And like, it's like a 4-flight walk up, and we're walking up the stairs, and he just like pushed me in the corner and made out with me. And I was like, and I'm like, what happened? Like, that's the pre-big girl right? So before, like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna shame you for how I feel. But I was like, but he made out with me with like the intensity of a husband wanting his wife. Like, you ever see that lion? Like, I ain't never had pause. I ain't never had something like that. Like, and obviously, it's not. I didn't have many experiences from a 7th grade. But he was like, I just want to tell you that I love you, and I'm like, what? Like, I could have had a date for prom. Like, I was more pissed because I'm like, I could have had a date for prom and shit. Like, I had to ask a friend and shit. Like, phone a friend. Will you take me?
Will you take 7th grade? I remember I hemmed up some guy in the band room.
You hemmed up some guy?
Yeah, that's right. He was making fun of my friend, and I said, no, we're not doing this.
Oh, I thought you yoked him up like you.
No, I didn't. No, I yoked him up like I was going. Like, he owed me money.
Friend. Oh, he owed you money.
No, he didn't owe me money. I said, next time you talk about my friend like that, you won't get it.
That's why you might. That's why, yeah. Like,
that's right.
You got story time for us? You have a story time for us?
Queen on.
Got a story then?
Yeah, go ahead. We want to hear it, DJ Sable.
All right. So I work downtown in a watch store. I sell watches. That's my daytime job. Nothing too crazy. But this guy comes in and he's really kind of cute, and I kind of like him. Whatever. We exchange numbers. It's whatever. We talked for a little while, and I realized he's getting a little bit attached too quickly. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that, but sometimes, you know, guys want to go from 0 to 100. I mean,
they want to get married the next day.
Yeah, we ain't even had our first date, sir, yet. But, yeah, he's talking to me, and one day he's telling me, like, I really like you. Like, I really like talking to you. You really motivate me. You really make me want to work and get money and take you out and do nice things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I like to hear that kind of stuff. But, you know, once again, I haven't even gone on a first date yet. But why not? And he tells me, I really want to start, you know, spending money on you. I think I'm going to start selling weed again.
Oh.
I mean, the hustle is real. Hey, we wanted to provide.
So you mean to tell me the shorty really wanted to start selling weed again because of you?
I mean, I guess
you know
when
what
you got it, you got it.
You know what you call him? You call him your big buddy.
What's up, baby girl Ray?
You know, it's so funny because you know, in dating life, I've talked to, you know, many amens, right? And I think like one of the more recent things that I can remember is like, dude was like, oh, I like you, 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 I want to wife you. And then the next thing was like, I want you to have my son. And I'm like, yo, it's been 7 business days. Right. It's literally 7 business days. So we're going to count Monday through Friday. True. Me say Monday through Friday and Monday and Tuesday, right? 7 business days. But,
7 business days.
I mean, listen, it happens. And you know what? The hustle's real, right? Steve Harvey said it best. Men want to be providers, right? Men want to be providers.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And then you know, you can make somebody get back in the drug game. Like,
okay.
So imagine what?
Fred the Godson. Shout out Fred the Godson. I hope your daughters are doing very well, King.
I can only imagine like a year in, like what he would have done. Like he would have been the cocaine king kingpin of like that, right?
Not on the radio, D. Not on the radio.
I'm saying.
I might know him. Not on the radio.
Oh, so story time. So guys, I have gone through 8 vehicles in the past 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 8 vehicles. I've gone through 8 vehicles. I got one in the shop around the corner. I got one in the front. But I was having an issue with my battery, right? And it was so crazy because I thought that changing a battery in a car was the most monumental task ever done. And when I went to AutoZone and I finally, like, I called Lyft to give me a boost and the car wouldn't start. Like, I was in these streets, right? Mm-hmm. And so now, yes, I was in the 8th vehicle with you, right, Ange? But in the vehicle that I have recently purchased, like, literally, I didn't know. It was it was 4 screws. And in 4 minutes, I had a new battery.
Yep.
And I just looked around like, damn, did it have to be that difficult? Like, we tend to make things difficult when they don't need to be.
YouTube is your friend.
YouTube, yeah, that's true.
YouTube will get you.
But yeah, so for my story time, my point of my story time is if you're in the struggle right now, like, you're not alone. First of all, right? And second of all, one of the things I learned, the biggest things, and we'll talk about that next week on our New Year's show, right? Is like when there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
Like, if you want something to happen and you want something to get done and happen, when there's a will, there's a way. That was awesome story time.
Katrina didn't give a story.
Katrina said she didn't have no story for us.
You ain't got no story
she looked at me. I already did the glance.
You saw the glance. She did it. She
Like,
did
she
it.
knows each other. Like, you know,
I'm out the loop. I'm used to being on the phone.
Yeah, right? No. I did the one
time?
too. Yeah. And I do it like, without them seeing that I'm actually talking. I do the nod, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But welcome, Ange.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So we're gonna we want to get into a mix. DJ Stable, we definitely want to get into a mix. Story time, that was fun, right? Learned about that little 7th grade rub me ups and stuff like that. Sorry, I could have had a husband in 8th grade. Imagine that. Sure. And you know what's funny? Like a couple of years later. But a couple of years later, like, I walked by and I saw him in a McDonald's eating a Big Mac, and I was like, you eat that Big Mac stuff. Like, in my mind, I wanted to go in and I wanted to, like, titty smack him. Like, didn't you say you loved it? Like, yes, sis. You know, I gotta learn my limits.
Yes.
I gotta learn
there are limits to these things.
Are there? Are they, sis?
Yes.
So DJ Sable, take us away, and we'll be right back on Crown Confidential, guys.
Bye, 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 bye.
Your horns.
Pussy got that wet, got that jerk, got that super soak. I hit that, she a Fifi, honey, Kiki. She eat my dick like it's free. I don't even know like why I did that. I don't even know like why I hit that. All I know is that I just can't whack that. Talk to her nice so she won't fight back. Turn around, hit it for the back. Back her down, then I make it clap. I don't really want no friends. I don't really want no friends, no. Draco got that kickback when I blow that. They all do track, they don't shoot back. One shot, close range, right down head tie. Yeah, I did that, yeah, I lived that. Call up Uber with my shooter, with a Ruger. We gon' do your niggas say they killing people, but I really fucking do it. I don't really want no friends. I don't really want no friends, no.
He tryna 69 like Takashi, call him Papi, worth the ASAP, keep me rocky. I'm from New York, so I'm cocky. Say he fucking with my posse, caught me Chloe like Kardashian. Keep this pussy in Versace, said I'm pretty like Tanashi. Put it all up in his face. Did I catch a case? Pussy gang just caught a body, but I never leave a trace. Face is pretty, ask for days. I get chips, I ask for lace. I just sit back and when he done, I be like, yo, how to taste? Yo, how to taste?
I don't really want no friends. I don't really want no friends.
Hey, good. Hey, say so good. If they want, say look, you can f with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick cutting off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't with you. I'm a boss, you a worker. I make bloody moves. Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see. Cardi B, you know where I'm at, you know where I be. You in the club just to party, I'm there, I get paid a fee. I be in and out them banks so much, I know they tired of me. Honestly, give a about who in front of me. Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months. We're breaking as hard as me. I don't bother with these. Don't let these bother me. They see pictures, they say goals. I'm who they tryna be. Look, I might just chill in some babe. I might just chill with your boo. I might just spill on your babe. My feel like a lake. He wanna zoom with his face. I'm like, okay. I let him get what he want. He buy me East Saint Laurent. And then you win. When I go business a horse, this shit is gone. I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet, pussy Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a snack. He said it's an entree. With them pretty ass twins, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got ass behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. And my bitches with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all bloody gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said I'm protein thick, you look like a dope fiend, sis. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his grocery list. Now why this bitch tryna look at my snap? I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, ass fat, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jams jumping on my dick. That's why they call it trampoline. The Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet, pussy Saturday. That's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a snack. He said it's an entree. With them pretty ass twins, you look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got ass behind me. And I put my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway.
I don't need no fraud. I don't need no drama when you call. I don't need no fake. Soon as I wake up, keep an eye out for the snakes, yeah. Cause I don't need no fraud. I don't need no drama when you call. I don't need no lies. Pick a side, pick a side. I took the prize and lift that bitch up. I took the ice, let me lift my wrist up. I took the prize and lift that bitch up. I took the ice, let me lift my wrist up. Hey yo, throw your wrist is up, all my bitches up. These niggas is prettier than what? All them dicks is up. All my real niggas down the ride, throw your chicks is up. I ain't in the projects, but all my bricks is up. You can't beat Pablo if your work ain't selling. What the fuck is this bitch in Helen? I would've helped you out that pit you fell in. I am the generous queen. Ask Miss Ellen. Tried to drop another one, you was itching to scrap. You exposed your ghost right, and hell you wish it was scrap. Heard you put you on yuck, I guess you needed a pat. What type of bum bitch shoot a friend over a rat? What type of mother leave her one son over a stack? Little boogie down basic bitch thinking she back to back. Oh, you mean back to whack? Back to back. Me and Tristy laughed at that. They say numbers don't matter, but when they discussing the Kings, they turn around and say LeBron ain't got 6 rings. I never signed a 360, but you wild dumb. That's why Jane Claire's verse for your album. Shanae, you a fraud committing perjury. I got before and after pictures of your surgery. I took you to her doc, but you don't look like rock. Left the operating table, still look like nah. Cause I don't need no fraud. I don't need no drama when you call. I don't need no lies. Pick a side, pick a side. Ass fat, yeah I know. You just got cash, blow some up. Blow some up, blow some up. The more you spin it, the faster go.
put in work. This the night you gon' retire. You a bad bitch, I ain't even gon' deny her. She told me throw that money, I said make it worth my while. I'm about to empty out the ATM. She doing tricks that make a nigga wanna spin. Girl, you know you got me fascinated. Just keep on dancing till I'm out of papers. Never.
Ass fat. Yeah, I know. You just got cash. Blow some out. Blow some out. Blow some out. The more you spin it, the faster go. Bad bitches on the floor. It's raining hundreds. Throw some out. Throw some out. Throw some out. Throw some out.
We are back, folks, on Crown Confidential. Super excited to be here with you. And look what we got.
You see how she played me, y'all? She got a whole horn. Whole horn. Played me.
We love you. We love you.
A whole
Ange.
horn.
Ange, but you know, we need to, you need to
I
save your voice.
understand.
Like, come on. Like, we have money in the budget now for sound effects. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, it can't be here with the burn. Like, we ain't got money for
it's
sound.
so original.
I got you. You know what? We're gonna have shirts that say burn.
That would be
on the merch line, right? Don't take it. I just trademarked it.
It's gonna be on water bottles soon.
Awesome, and so current events, what we got?
Current events. So let's get into this right here. So we all know about Colin Kaepernick's deal with Nike. So he came out, I guess, with some Air Force Ones, and they literally sold out in minutes. In minutes, and that's real dope. I mean, they're really nice shoes. I'm looking at them right now. They're really nice Air Force Ones. I don't wear sneakers, but I'd wear these. But if you want a pair, good luck.
That's dope. You know, what's great about that is that they are invaluable and they are going to be a hot commodity. Like, you can probably put a down payment on a house with them in about a good 3 to 5 years.
I mean, they're dope. And his portrait is on the back of the sneakers. So, I mean, like, if you're a real Colin Kaepernick fan and you really care about or really stand behind him, great way to really showcase.
Nah, but for real, shout out to Nike. Shout out to Nike for, continuing to support him in a way that it can leverage his brand, can leverage his what's next, and really be something for him to leave a legacy for. And not only that, but them stock prices went up, sis. Like, them stock prices went up. Like, awesome.
Homie, if you have stock in Nike, good job.
Yeah, Nike, Disney.
Good
yeah, listen, and
job.
that's the other thing. Oh, also, like, just to share really quickly, like, I just want to say that if you don't have Cash App in this day and age and you're afraid of credit card fraud and schemes and all that stuff, you are missing out, because right now I am looking. You can invest in Disney, Apple, McDonald's, Visa, AT&T and for cents on the dollar, Walmart, Nike again. And it's so funny you say that. Nike's down 0.6%, right? But what's great is that you can invest in these companies for literally $1 or $2. So if you're not out there investing, I was just listening to Gary Vee, and he was saying if you're making $40,000, you should only be spending $27,000. Yeah. And the thing is that we're overspending. And today's topic is going to be women and money, so I'm excited about that.
And also, don't be afraid. There's so many resources out there that you can turn to learn how to do these things. So don't be afraid of seeing what you can invest. I signed up for, I believe it's called German, where it takes out my money automatically and goes right into my stock. If you have 401k, make sure you're investing that and making it work for you.
Invest in something. Invest in something. Betterment too. Yeah, Betterment's also.
Betterment, it's whatever you say.
And I'm excited for these to be corporate sponsors later. I'm just putting another plug.
Let's put it in the air. Put it in the air. Put it in the air.
Go ahead, Angie.
So our next topic, people are stupid. I don't understand this. So this Iowa woman charged with attempted murder after deliberately running over a 14-year-old girl because she was Mexican.
Wow. Wow. That's
this
a real
woman,
low.
So according to New York Times, Nicole Marie Polly Franklin, how many names does she need? 42 of Des Moines, Iowa.
Why does she need more than one name?
I don't know. Told the police that she intentionally ran this girl over because she thought she was Mexican. Like, the girl was walking in the street going to school. She literally hopped the curb and hit her. And then ran. Didn't stop to see, if she was okay or nothing. The young woman suffered a concussion and spent 2 days in the hospital. So when they found out who it was, they went to go arrest her, found out she was already in jail. For another
Where she
charge.
should be. Where she should be.
For a different
That's
charge.
a social disease.
Yeah, for
that's
a different
real social
charge.
disease.
She was in Polk County Jail on a separate assault charge that took place the same day as the hit and run. She assaulted this convenience store worker and the customers by throwing stuff because she was, you know, throwing out racial slurs and everything.
You see, but what created space for that and what really brought stuff like that to the surface was this particular administration. Because it was always there. These people always had these underlying feelings. It just is now like it was dormant.
It wasn't ever.
I don't think it was ever dormant. I just think
it
that
wasn't okay to talk about. But it made it okay.
It was never dormant. It was never dormant. It has been okay historically. The thing is this: what people don't understand, radio, media, or anything, we hear 0.1% of what's happening in the world. We don't see everything. Like if you're watching CNN, they're on the coverage. It's gonna make them money and be the what's next, right? Yeah. They are on the. So for me, it's like you're only watching the 0.1%. I don't think it's necessarily been dormant. I just think that we haven't talked about it as much because we're now shedding light on quote unquote the president. Look, I'm not here to say he's good, bad, right, wrong, and different because I feel like people feel the way that they feel and that they're entitled to their feelings. But I just feel like that the social injustice pieces are now coming to light because now we want to talk about it versus we just weren't talking about it before because we were skating with Obama, we were chilling, we were hanging out.
Right, that's what I mean by that's what I mean.
But the other piece too, I think that mental health is real. Like she did, like the thing is, you know, and I talk about this when I facilitate. Like if you have a baby, you're not shaking the baby and you're saying, oh, you're gonna grow up to be a killer, you're gonna grow up to hate Mexicans. Like those are things that are taught, those are things that are learned, right? And then the other piece is if you're not handling your mental health issues when you are going through what you're going, they can always creep up on you. It's the same thing. Like for me in particular, you know, I'm releasing weight, but my sugar is still high, and so it's great that I'm releasing this weight, but if I'm not doing anything to attack the sugar or what is at its source, then I will forever be that person who is diabetic or pre-diabetic, right? So it's really like, it's still there, right? But I get to like really get it, you know, I get to really be the source of the change now versus it changing me, right?
Yeah. For sure. So the next topic I got is Congress has finally committed to changing the law surrounding smoking, both traditionally and with vaping. So now the legal age for smoking has been raised to 21.
The legal age for smoking where though?
In the United States.
As of?
They don't say around what time. It just passed the House. So we'll see where, you know, when they make this actually law and make it available to, you know, pass out those flyers to the convenience stores. But this is great news because kids nowadays are vaping like it's nothing.
Yeah, but y'all ready for story time?
Story time.
So I used to smoke. I used to smoke heavily. Newport 100s all day, every day. Yes, I used to smoke all the time. And in the morning and at night, like I was socially, it was like, let me put this smoke in your face. And then like, the way that it started was because I was 10, 11, 12, 13, and my mother was like, go light this up on the stove. Because I ain't got no matches. So I went, light it up, and, you know, taking 3 or 4 pulls, walking to Petty. Here my way, half the Newports go, oh my, you know, I lit the flame lit up, and oh my God, the whole entire cigarette went in flames. Mind you, it was in my system. And so, you know, I stopped because I had a health scare, and I think that the thing is this, the more we outlaw stuff, the more people want to do it. It's just like telling a teen no, or like 7th grade, you can't date, you can't have sex, but Tommy touching me in the bottom corner stairwell, you know? But it's like the more that people tell you that you're not able to do something, like not for nothing, tell a big girl you can't have another cheeseburger. Sis gonna go through the drive-thru and have 17. Like that's the thing, you cannot tell people, in my day and age, we tell people what to do, and then we stereotype them and put them in the box. If you want to smoke, go smoke. But in a few years, you'll see the ramifications of what vaping does. Because that's the other piece too. Because one of the things I learned when I went to WW, when I went to Weight Watchers, and I had lost the 100 pounds initially, was that once you release the weight, you're going to have another habit behind it. Absolutely. And the goal for them supporting you in those systems was for you to be empowered so that you don't pick up another vice. Because after I done lost the weight, sis is going to be having a cigarette because I can't have those 4 cheeseburgers. 4, don't judge, right? Yeah, because and that's the other piece. So it's just like, if they don't pick up, what else are they going to be? I mean, great, then have programs for them and stuff like that. Yeah. But the other thing, too, is for me, if you could vote at 18, you can make all the decisions because there's some 40-something-year-olds that don't even got a bed to live in, and you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some grown-ass people out there that don't even have a viable way to get to work tomorrow morning. No knocking them right or wrong, right? But then there's some 18-year-olds who got their whole life together. So they, like, for me, especially the youth, I feel like the youth got it more together than these adults. Like, I'm in the school system and I'm
some.
I'm generalizing, but I'm saying,
Some.
but what I'm also saying is that as we start to age, we start to put our own perception and generalize what everybody else is supposed to do. Because grandmama in the back, 80, 90, what you doing? You're not married, you're not skinny yet. Where's your ring? Where you at? Where's your baby? Where's your husband? Right?
Yeah.
So it's just like we've been overcompensating, we overgeneralize. So it's it's a two-way street. I mean, if it's something that they want to do, like go ahead.
I think the most important key is just educating
that.
letting them make their decision for themselves as what ramifications come with these things. And just continuing to post that, those was it Truth that posts those videos. I mean, every time I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh. No, I don't want to smoke a cigarette. I'm good.
Yeah. But
I'm
also,
good.
I just feel like this generation is just so heavily medicated all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people are smoking morning, noon, and night. I know people wake up and smoke, go to bed and smoke, like, before every meal, after every meal.
Yeah.
And it's like, we really got to, like you were saying earlier, attack the root of the problem, because this, like, so many people around me are just basically frying their brains, And here's the thing, that we had this for not that long of a time. So who knows how this is going to affect people's minds 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. We don't know that yet because we haven't gotten to that point yet. We haven't been exposed to vaping for a long time. So I know that there will be health problems down the road.
Absolutely. It's not even just the vaping too. It's just the self-medicating in general. Like, rest in peace to Juice WRLD. He's not the first to go out the way, overdosing, but it's just like, it's the self-medicating. It's the root of the problem. It's the lack of connection that we have with each other. And a lot of people want to blame social media for a lot of their issues, but it's not social media. Social media is the tool. It's really like your own habits, your own thoughts. And I feel like with either vaping or, any type of thing where it's a habit, any type of smoking, you smoking weed, you vaping, you smoking cigarettes, whatever, the root of that is a release, right? You're looking for a release. There's something in you that's saying, okay, like, I'm stressed, or, you know what, I just don't want to think about something. Let me just do this real quick.
Yeah. Right.
And, like, just to present a possibility, to create a possibility in which we say, okay, you know what, instead of me doing that, I could have an alternative, whether it's just pick up the phone and have the courage to stand in my worth and say, you know what, let me reach out to this person, or let me actually make productive use of my time. Let me gather myself. You know what I'm saying? We fold. A lot of people, we all have habits that make us fold, that we default into, whether it's overeating or whatever it is. And there's alternatives. So, like, me personally, like, just like the sister right here was saying, like, I know that I in the past have had like these habits or whatever, like overeating or whatever, and it's just like the root of the issue is never just stop doing that. It's always like, okay, stop doing that, and then why was you doing that?
I think a lot of things with especially the Black community is we're not addressing mental health.
Right.
It's not okay to seek support. It's not okay to go see a therapist. It's not okay to show vulnerability.
You mean as of today, or how we grew up?
Oh, it's a huge stigma.
I think it's both.
You know how many homeboys I have that need therapy that I tell them, please go to therapy, and they're like, what? I'm going to go to a therapist so they could tell a cop something that I did, and then I could go to jail. The brothers that I know that I wish would get therapy, that I wish would talk to somebody, they solely rely on their connections with their homeboys or their homegirls or their baby mother, whoever, to like help them. And we're not therapists. Right. We're not.
We're going through our own trauma.
Yeah.
But we shame it. We shame it in our community all the
Yeah.
time. Like, why you crying? Like, I remember my grandma's like, why you crying? You alright? Get a tissue. You be alright. Like, it was never because it was put some Vicks on. But like,
It's true.
It is true. But then afterwards, we're not addressing the issue because I'm hurt about my feelings, but I don't have time. And I think that our parents, especially, they were really worried about money. Like, it was like, okay, I just got here, or I'm an immigrant in this country and I just got here, and or my mother sacrificed for us, so now it's let me do the reverse engineer and work as hard as possible because that's all I know, and we don't have time to cry because we have bills to pay and we have things to sustain.
Yeah, a lot of
it's about, at this point, it's about breaking a generational curse. It's like you have to break the cycle at some point, because I come from a place of a lot of trauma. And I have 3 daughters, so one of the things that I work off of is is just, I'm very in tune. One of my daughters actually expressed to me one day that she felt as though she needed to speak to someone, and that was very courageous for her to actually say it, and it was something I didn't take light to. It was no judgment. It was just like, okay, what do we need to do?
Right.
And it's odd because at one point when she was a little bit younger, when I said it, and I said it probably when I brought it to her attention, it was more like, why do you think something's wrong with me? Opposed to, she's just like, I'm in college, I'm in my second year in college, I'm working full time, I have a boyfriend, I'm overwhelmed, you know? Like, she couldn't communicate those words of saying overwhelmed.
Right.
But for me, you know, growing up in a Haitian household, Haitian and Dominican household, it was same thing. You can't have feelings, you can't cry.
Nope.
You know, my grandmother, I watched her, you know, cleaning bathrooms, doing everything to take care
They
of the
toiled.
whole entire family. Like her, she was this small but this big because she was holding everything on her shoulders. And I realized that I was doing the same thing. And there's times that I even have to say, I'm not okay.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm okay with saying I'm not okay.
Yeah, and it's okay to not be okay. That's the other piece.
Yeah.
But and then you know, even piggybacking off of that, where you're like, you know, mom didn't have time. I had a really deep conversation with one of my clients. I was just having a deep conversation, and like, she called me, honestly, she called me like in November, and I looked at the phone, and I'm getting all these messages, and I'm like, I'm not gonna call her right now, I don't have the time. And then she called me again like a week later, and then she called me again recently, and the person, like, she was a former client of mine, and I didn't think to call right away, like, it didn't. And then finally we just had a conversation, and it was like I had a mental breakdown. I don't like calling them breakdowns. I like calling them breakthroughs.
Right.
Because a breakdown is really like, okay, I'm not in integrity with my time, or I'm not in integrity with myself. That's a breakdown. Like, I'm not in integrity with my time, right? And that's just my point of view, right? But that's also me judging, so we won't get it that deep. But one of the things that came up, I was like, so you were crying? And she's like, I was crying. And I just didn't stop, and I was at work, and it was the floodgates, and I was calling people, and you were one of the people I called, and I was like, okay, and she was trying to get in touch with people, and then, like, we just came to this space where we both said it, like, collectively, like, women, we don't even have time to cry. We don't even have time to cry. Like, and a lot of times it's like, even if we're in the bed, we're so tired from running. Let me get on the train early in the morning. Let me get up early. I'm getting up at 6. I'm doing all this stuff. Now I'm coming back home. And then the next thing you know, it's like, I don't even have time to process and cry. So when I do cry, it's just going to come out the way it comes out. And it's a mental health issue where we get to really be in a place where we're contributing to each other and allowing space, because homegirl wasn't having a breakdown. She was having a breakthrough because she needed time to cry. She really just needed time to cry. And when I'm not talking about that cry. I'm talking about that ugly cry. That not even that Angela Bassett, I'm gonna set fire. You know, that waiting to exhale cry.
Angela Bassett.
Thank you.
Who was the one from? You know who I'm talking about. Viola. What is her name?
Viola Davis.
Yes, that kind of cry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's the thing. A lot of us, especially in our community, if you come from any type of background that's impoverished, I'm not really talking about the upper class. I'm really talking about the lower class. I'm talking about where I come from, my people, where most of us come from. I don't know everybody in this room, but speaking as for me, the people that came before us never got to live recreationally. So when I went to college, that's the first time that I seen that people live recreationally. I didn't know people didn't work.
That's a good point.
I didn't know that that was a possibility. So me seeing that and seeing how they react to little things, right? A girl might not like them in class, and because they've lived recreationally, their parents have lived recreationally, that's the end of the world to them. As opposed to me, at that time, I was 16 and I'm in college. I don't even know where I'm going to live. I'm working 3 jobs and I can't even cry. But they're over here like, I need you right now. This girl doesn't like me. And I'm like, it's not to invalidate that, but like, you literally have no pain tolerance. And the thing is, I'm not trying to shame anyone for that, but our pain as a community is totally different. And there's even like different sections of the pain in our own community, as far as colorism, as far as like economic stuff. Like, it's there's so many levels to it.
Yeah.
Each woman in this room is a different shade with different experiences, but we're all women of color.
Yeah.
So my experience as a light-skinned black woman, Afro-Latina, mixed with white, is completely different than this sister, but we're both black in different ways. You feel me? So it's like there's so many levels to it, and unpacking that and getting that chance, like you said, like you get into bed, you're so tired, you just showered, you just go to sleep next day, and that's the thing. These things, they build.
Yep.
And they build and they build and they build.
Even touching on the fact that the light skinned Latina, and I had somebody tell me this week.
This is Durga, y'all.
Maybe like 3 days ago, like, oh, you don't know what the struggle is.
Oh no, it's still a struggle.
And I'm like, you get me? Like, they didn't really know me. So I'm like looking at them and I'm like, did you know that my grandmother was an immigrant? Did you know my grandmother is blacker than black?
Right.
Did you know that my grandfather's name is Negro? Like, I'm just light skinned.
Right.
You don't know where I really come from.
Right.
You get me? So a lot of people like to label. So we gotta get rid of labels and boxes. Just like you spoke about in your TED Talk. Big shout out to my sister.
Amen.
You gotta get rid of the boxes
Right.
and the categories. Let's get rid of all that and let's just shine as women and men and what we're supposed to be doing, because we're so caught up on what is the community doing. You know what? F that. What are we doing?
Right. And that's the thing too. Are we putting out more positive energy? And are we, because we deserve representation, each one of us in our own right, with each and every hair texture, every skin color, as black people and Hispanics who acknowledge their ancestry. We deserve to acknowledge each of our pains and each of our experiences. And for me, I've had people tell me, and this is something that I'm debuting here that I've never really opened up about. I've had people tell me what I'm doing for my community is actually negative, because I'm attracting people who don't love themselves, because I'm the face of pro-blackness and I'm not a black looking woman. So it's going to do more harm than good. And that's not necessarily true. Me being authentically myself actually brings a space and creates a space for other children that are like me, who are so confused, coming up in a world that's extremely divided. And not even just, I'm not even just talking about half black, half white. Hispanics are basically half black, half white. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even that we're going to break it down. I think there's so much division. And it's not even to acknowledge why those things happen. It's more so, okay, we could create space for that conversation, but in everybody knowing themselves individually and then understanding what you can contribute to the collective. What I can contribute is a culmination of my experiences, is what my love for my people, my love for my community. And in doing so, anyone could take it how they want to take it. But that's me standing as a person in my own experiences and saying, I love my people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that part of that also is a lot of it is like tribalism. Like if you go across the country, we all have, there's a different plate for every state. There's a different way that the rules are done. Jersey, weed is not legal. Here in New York, part of it is. In Colorado, you can just walk around and eat Girl Scout. Like, and the thing is that we are further segregating we're already segregating the 50 states. Everything is different, right? And then on top of that, now we're segregating by class, right? By how much money you make, right?
Right.
And then we're segregating by color.
And then, we're
segregating by color for nothing, because I'm light skinned, right? That don't mean that I'm not black.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's
and a lot of people see that. Like, it's so funny because I left a comment on the Shade Room the other day, right? They asked, what's the craziest accident that you've ever had, right? And I said, combing my hair and catching a neck spasm. And somebody commented and said, girl, you don't even have coils. I put pictures up with my hair straight. I ain't never seen his hair curly. I cannot get a comb through it. So you telling me this is telling me what? Just because I'm light skinned, I got good hair, you bugging.
And it's so funny because our grandmother was very, very dark skinned, and she actually went up to like a PTA meeting, and I remember this clear as day. She went up to a PTA meeting and she was sitting there, and there were these other Hispanics. They were talking about her in Spanish. They were calling her.
Oh,
and
they thought that she didn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, they thought she didn't speak Spanish. They called her a black monkey. And from that day on, when she came home, one of the things that she said was, don't ever speak a language in front of someone that you don't know, because you don't know how you're gonna offend. Like even if like I'm even talking to Angie and she's speaking Creole in front of mom, I'm either getting the translation, but I know it's not directly. So for me, I don't speak Spanish in front of people. Like if I'm gonna speak my language, great. But at the same time, I know that I don't want to offend, because that happened to my grandmother 30-something years ago.
I get the same thing all the time, because I'm Haitian, and a lot of Haitians are like, oh, you're Haitian? You don't look Haitian. What exactly does a Haitian look like? Because there's many different shades to being Haitian.
That's just like when people say, like, oh, you black? You don't look
right.
black. Right.
You
what
know?
What am I supposed to look like?
Right.
I'm a red bone. My mother's a red bone.
Yeah.
My mother has light hair, she has hazel eyes, red hair.
It's crazy because it's not just in the black, it's in the, all cultures of nationality, right? Indians see the same thing with colorism. The darker skinned Indians get it over the lighter skinned Indians. Right. And the Haitian culture in Jamaica, it's all over.
Same thing in Puerto Rico. On the other side of the island.
In Puerto Rico, I was just...
blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
On the other side of the island, you have dark skin.
Right.
And nappy hair.
Yep.
Like, that don't make no difference.
And I think it's getting better. Like, even though it's still hard, I think it's getting better, because I'm Cuban and Jamaican. And I don't look nothing like my mom. My mom has really fine hair, and as you can see, I got locks in my hair. So for a long time, I felt like I couldn't really identify with my Cuban side, because I didn't speak Spanish. I didn't look Spanish as people would, or whatever that
You'd actually be surprised going to Cuba.
Yeah,
but you know surprised going to Cuba. They accept dark-skinned people.
But that's what's crazy about it, because here in America is where people have this idea that people look, that Spanish people look a certain way.
Like, you ever see, Juju? I am Juju, Cam's ex.
Yeah.
That's what Cuba looks like. I went to Cuba and I was out of place. The guy that I went to Cuba with at that time was black. No, he wasn't Big Buddy. He was like Little Buddy, Small Buddy. When I went out there with him, right? They accepted him. I got searched at the airport, coming in and going out. I'm like, what's going on? But then when I was actually on their land and around in their culture, I was the only light skinned girl they were right here.
And
everybody's dark skinned, beautiful.
Beautiful.
That curly, people from Cuba are beautiful. Big shout out to Cuba.
Yeah.
But seriously.
Yeah. But
and so I wanna leave it here, right? Because we wanna definitely have time. We have two interviews to do today. Great topic.
We'll
for next time.
This up.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
All right.
That was beautiful.
There's a lot to talk about. So I'm assuming that we get into that next month. I think that February's Black History Month.
We
so
could definitely get
have a
into
conversation
that.
about that,
Absolutely.
because it sounds like there's a lot of opinions in the room. However, we have a really big show. We have a bunch of stuff lined up. So next we are going to be interviewing Katrina, right? I say founder. I say CEO of Pieces of Wisdom, right? Mother, kingdom builder, queen, right? The Messiah. I say a lot of things. Sister, right? Yeah, I mean, and that's how I feel, right? It's so funny. Anytime I have a conversation with Indy about Katrina, we never not talk about your kingdom. Yep. Like, that's how much we talk about you to hold you high. So we will be back on Crown Confidential. We're going to have DJ Sable hit us with some really, really, really awesome music, because she's been killing the game. And we will be back in a little while on Crown Confidential. Hold up. I got the horn somewhere.
I can't do my horns. See, it'd be a lot quicker. It'd be a lot quicker if I do my horns.
I got to do it, but I love you. There we go. I love you, sis.
I guess.
I love you. We'll be back on Crown Confidential, guys.
Scooch, strop top, whiz up, yeah. Hey, you get the bag and fumble it, I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight out the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she got ass, and she gon' fuck up her bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the dope in the stash. In Italy. Strop top, whiz up, yeah. Hey, you get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she got ass, and she gon' fuck up a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the dope in the stash. In Italy, got too foreign hoes, they DM me. Draw at the top when it's cold, but you feel the heat. Be real with me, keep it 100, just be real with me. Eat it up like it's a feast. They say the dope on fleek.
Percocet pill on me. Ice on my neck, baby, chill with me. Them niggas that bust in the back don't say nothing. Them niggas a kill for me. Back as I can in my sleep, on fleek. 100K spit on that patty for lead. Bitch, I'm a dog in my tree. Hop out the frog and leave. I put them bricks in the fender. My bitch, she walk around like she Kris Jenner. I used to break in the Emma. Then take up running like the game of Temple. It's simple, I play with a mantle. Mama say she saw me on Jimmy Kimmel. Canada, cause I'm a money symbol. Walking with the rats, I'm looking crippled. Fuck on that bitch, then I temple. A nickel for me to take pictures. Not from LA, but I clip 'em. Double my cup or a triple. Spots on my body, no biblical. I'm not your average or typical. Look at my wrist and it's critical. Hold it up, dropping the temperature. I get that bag on the regular. I got a bag on my cellular. Back in the bag of them vegetables. Bag of them cookies, it's medical. Cocaine, codeine, etc. Cocaine and lean is federal. I take off landing on Nebula. As an that's when the M's on my schedule.
You get the bag and fumble it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Straight off the lot, 300 cash, and the car came with a blunt in it. Lil' mama a thot, and she got ass, and she gon' fuck up a bag. Pull up to the spot, living too fast, dropping the dope in the stash. In Italy, got too foreign hoes, they DM me. Draw at the top when it's cold, but you feel the heat. Be real with me, keep it 100, just be real with me. Eat it up like it's a feast. They say the dope on
You ain't the one for me, baby. You ain't got shit I need, bitch. You want me to take my time with you, or maybe I'm not your speed, bitch. Maybe I'm not your lead, bitch. You ain't got no cheese, bitch. Maybe I'm just too G for you, maybe I'm just too screed, bitch. I can even roll in peace, why? Everybody notice me, yeah. I can even go to sleep, why? I'm rolling on the beam, yeah. They tried to give me 8, got on my knee like Jesus, please. He don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus, please? If you wanna leave, just leave. But you ain't gotta lie to me. Even the blind can see, but she ain't gon' ride for me. You ain't even showing me the love you say you got for me. There ain't no loyalty, you lie to me. You say that you gon' ride for me. Baby, that's blasphemy, yeah. Baby, you're bad for me, yeah. Say you gon' clap for me, yeah. Say you gon' blast for me, yeah. Why you ain't show me none of the love you say you have for me, yeah. We're going through tragedy, bitch, I needed you drastically, yeah. I'ma just switch my flow up, yeah. Maybe I'm sick, no throw up, yeah. Maybe I'm sick, no check up, yeah. Boy, you need to run your checkup, yeah. I'm eating on you niggas, no catch up, yeah. I'm eating on you niggas, can't catch up, ayy. Hit her face down with an ass up, ayy. Even when I'm fucking, I'm messed up, ayy. You ain't the one for me, baby. You ain't got shit I need, bitch. You want me to take my time with you, or maybe I'm not your speed, bitch. Maybe I'm not your lead, bitch. You ain't got no cheese, bitch. Maybe I'm just too G for you, maybe I'm just too screed, bitch. I can even roll in peace, why? Everybody notice me, yeah. I can even go to sleep, why? I'm rolling on the beam, yeah. They tried to give me 8, got on my knee like Jesus, please. He don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus, please? If you wanna leave, just leave. But you ain't gotta lie to me. Even the blind can see, but you ain't gon' ride for me. You ain't even showing me the love you say you got for me. There ain't no loyalty, you got it, man. You say that.
Hold up, yeah. Big drip, big drip. I fell in love with a lit bitch. Ayy, crip shit. Ayy, she wanna suck on a lit dick. Ayy, ayy, ayy. Couple bitches I get lit with. Couple bitches I get lit with. I been spit. I give a fuck who you been with. Ayy, ayy, ayy. Bow. They loving the style. They loving the style. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting them down. Send me the Addy, I'm hunting them down. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bitch, I'm on demon time. Demon time. Straightforward, I don't need a line. I don't. I just wanna watch it the free time. I did. I bought it with me, I ain't leaving mine. Bow, bow. I bought it with me, I ain't leaving mine. Shoot it with me. I give a fuck if you coolin' with me. You say you ain't GDK. What the fuck is you doing with me? Hold on. Yeezys. I need the money, I'm greedy. The bitch told me that she need me. Probably I don't like the way you treat me. Figgies. I'm giving number figgies. We met in person, now you believe me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Free souls are here, demon. Geeked up, geeking. We winning, we on defense. She let me fuck on the weekend. Shorty a baddie. She try to add me. She cannot hide me. Little mommy, I'm married. If you keep it secret, then we can all be happy. We can post a picture, but you better not tag me.
a check when I land. My bitch too foreign in the visa. I don't need her. Pull a drop top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about bands. Hop off a jet to a check when I land. Ooh, money way. Diamonds. Flexing. I woke up rich, spin the grip on the necklace. I put the plug on three-way. Maserati go speed race. Drop a baby on a bitch face. More ice flexing this way. We put the world on the wave. Don't give a fuck cause I'm paid. More act in a lemonade. Pharmacy knowing my name. I bet that because she bougie. She said my dick in a movie. Trap jumping like 2-3. She a foreign real free. My bitch too foreign in the visa. I don't need her. Pull a drop top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about bands. Hop off a jet to a check when I land. My bitch too foreign in the visa. I don't need her. Pull a drop top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about bands. Hop off a jet to a check when I land.
Pop a perky just to start up. Pop it. Pop 2 cups of purple just to warm up. 2 cups. Drink. I heard your bitch, she got that water. Splash. Drip. Drip. Woo. Splash. Ay. Slippery. Wall. Excuse me. Please me. Please. I'm up. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Get beat. Cause I'm flexing Rarries. You can bet on me. Hey, hey, hey. Tater tot. Fuck niggas on my radar watch. Watching crocodile hunter. Turn them to some gator shots. Iced out watch. Ride round 10 o'clock. Ride round, get the down. Think it's 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock. I'm gon' pop. If I don't, I'm back to the pots. I got rocks. Big bells, big arms. Stomach gun. Come out and play, let's have fun. Big scales, fish scale, big weight, fish, iceberg, ice tray, woo plug call. Try the front, I don't need it, Pocket strong, wrist anemic, strong. Get freezing, young nigga, pay your deeders. Grandma, Auntie Epic, Auntie Nisa, Uncle Bo, Auntie Greta, serve you Perkins. Auntie Eva, if she got a pound, she might just serve it. Pop a perky just to start her. Pop 2 cups of purple just to warm up. 2 cups. Drink. I heard your bitch, she got that water. Splash. Drip. Drip. Splash.
We're back live on Crown Confidential. Welcome back. I'm super excited to be here. Super excited to be here with everyone. I just got a message from some of my friends out there who are listening to the radio show live. So during our next segment, we will be taking live calls. The number is 347-422-7289. That's 347-422-7289. So make sure you write that down. So right now we're going to get into our lovely, lovely segment, and we are going to be interviewing the founder and the president and all the great titles.
No, give it back to me what you said earlier today. Like,
you only get it once. You only get it once. So tell us who you are.
Who am I? So my name is Katrina. I am the CEO. I am the creator. I am the designer of Pieces of Wisdom. Brooklyn, born and raised. What else can I say?
So how did you find Pieces of Wisdom? How did that come about?
So the funny thing is, I went by the name of Wisdom for a while. And then I went back to my birth name, my government name. But I always knew that's who I was. Someone actually gave me that name because of his experience of me, what he saw in me. And when I decided to start my business, I was trying to figure out what I wanted it to be. I didn't want it just to be earrings. I didn't want it just to be accessories. I knew that there were many levels and layers to my brand. And the one thing that people say about me is that I'm like multifaceted. There's so many layers of Katrina. There's so many layers of me. So that's when I was just like, Pieces of Wisdom. It honestly, I prayed on it and it just came to me and it just made sense.
Awesome.
Got it. And so talk to us about your line and what it is that you actually do, right? Because you said that you're a creator, right? We said mother, we said a kingdom builder, and all that great stuff, right? I said a lot of stuff, right? But talk to us about the brand, Pieces of Wisdom. What is Pieces of Wisdom?
So it's today's Roundaway Girl. So it's about bringing all the old things back. So So I am a true door knocker girl. I work in corporate America, and working in corporate America, I never wanted to lose myself because I went through that phase before of just being this other person to fit in. And when I finally found who I was and being confident in being who I was just like, one of the things that I need to be able to do every day is represent myself, who I am. And I am a round-the-way girl. Like, you know, I have my own sense of style. I love my door knockers. I love natural hair. I love a full face. I like sequins. I'm a lot, you know, and I'm not for everybody, but that's okay. And that's really what Pieces of Wisdom is. It's about being confident, wearing whatever you feel that expresses you. So, you know, it can be a subtle door knocker, but it's a leather.
Big shout out to Pieces of Wisdom. They're also included in the Big Buddy video. If you see the camouflage the camouflage earrings, they're also included in the Big Buddy video. And while we in Coney Island with Debonair, if you know who Debonair is, then you know exactly what those earrings look like.
You ain't Debonair in, like. So that's what Pieces of Wisdom. A little bit of who I am. But it's really today's round-the-way girl. And that's everyone. That's everyone. And I think that a lot of women are afraid to tap into that person. And I work consistently with having that woman emerge and let that woman just stand out, because we are, you know, great beings. And we are supposed to be seen. We're not supposed to be in the back of the room somewhere. We're supposed to be seen. When you walk into that room, you're supposed to be seen.
Yeah. What inspires you?
Oh boy. So you see, I didn't do story time. Story time. I didn't do story time. But what I would say, honestly, it was like a blessing. I was working in corporate America. I was working at a firm for over 10 years, and they made the decision to say, we don't need you no more. And I had 3 daughters I had to take care of. It was just like, okay, what am I going to do? I need to be able to take care of my daughters. But I always knew that I was creative. So I used to always do hair. I always did makeup. And I would always style. But as far as tapping into creating, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I had like a Stella got her groove back moment. I decided to take myself to Jamaica. And I made a couple of pieces. And on the beach in Jamaica, somebody was just like, you know, yeah, girl, I like your head wrap, I like your earrings, you know, where can I get it? And I was just like, I made this. And it was just like, oh, do you sell it? And I was just like, no. It's just for me. And I had a friend at that time that said, you cannot be that selfish. You have to share your gift with the world.
Wow.
And here we are.
You know what inspires me a lot about you is if you know you don't want to go there, we can definitely stop, right? But what really inspires me about you is your modern day love story.
Oh boy.
Like your modern day love story.
Right.
Like, shout out to
I love her.
No, and
You give me hope.
So let me tell you a story for that.
You give this old thought, recovering thought. You know what I mean? I don't care. I tell my shorty, I don't care. I'm a recovering thought. You give me hope.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Wow.
Thank you, because you make me feel like love exists.
It does.
Yeah,
go ahead. No, you go.
No.
She's like, you go.
No, I was gonna say, you know.
Recovering thought.
So, funny story about Katrina's wedding. You know, we follow the same person for Just Elope, and
well, I wanted her to talk about how she met him.
Oh yes.
And then I want to get into that
story.
Yes,
Cool.
Yeah. So talk to us about how you met. How did you meet Stacy?
How did I meet Stacy? So we crossed paths, right?
That's it.
So we were like in the same circle. Shout out to Momentum, man.
Yes.
Fours. Shout out to Momentum. I got 4s on my chain.
It changes lives. So I was in a program called Momentum, and it was helping me through. At that time, I was going through a divorce, healing from that, in the process of my weight loss, and just finding out who I was, because I was only a mom. Like, I did not exist. Katrina did not exist. Only thing I knew how to do was go to work and come home and be there for my family. That was it. I didn't know. This would not happen because it was all about, at that time, my husband and my kids. So I went through this program, and there was a holiday party. We're at the holiday party, and at this point, I was dating someone. And everyone kept telling me, that is not your person. That is not your person. You need to let that person go. And I was just like, but he's so good. He's so safe. He's so safe.
That word.
Yeah.
I hate that
Safe.
word.
Safe is never good. Safe is never good.
Let's go be dangerous, boo-boo.
Yeah. So I'm at the party. I don't know where Angie was at that point. She was probably over there taking selfies. So I don't know. We probably we weren't buddies yet. We were not buddies yet.
No. Angie was fixing her highlights.
She was probably fixing her highlights. So she wasn't there. I don't think we had that connection.
No.
Yet. So I'm at this party and I see this guy at the bar and I'm with two other girls in Momentum and I'm like, who is that? And they're shocked because I was the girl with like no pulse. People felt as though I was the coldest person. No man could ever impress me. I wasn't nothing. And it was true. And I was just like, who is that? And she was just like, oh, he's like my big brother. And I was just like, oh, so you're fucking him. You know, in my head, you know, because you say big brother, that's how she was just
Big
like,
brother.
no, he's engaged. No, he's honestly like my big brother. He's engaged. His fiance is probably here somewhere. And don't you have so-and-so, right? And I was just like, you know, I'm just looking. I mean, he's fine. That's it. Never saw this guy ever again. Never saw Stacy again.
Was this at a Momentum?
This is at a Momentum event. This is at a Momentum event, right? Never ever saw him again. Then we're going through leadership. We're at the end. And at this point, I broke up with the person that everyone said was not for me. And then one of the coaches were like, oh, you need to start dating. I'm gonna put you on a dating app, right? So I'm on this dating app and I meet this other guy who I just knew this was my king.
Coaches from Momentum love dating apps. They love OkCupid.
I knew he was my king. We're gonna not say his name, but we're gonna.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andy.
Next.
So
Cash money for the 99-2000.
Shout out to OkCupid.
They not paying bills, yeah. We ain't shouting nobody. They ain't paying bills.
No. So that did not go anywhere. So I just knew he was my king, right? I am in this place, and they're like, you need to declare your future. And I'm like, I'm going to get married. I'm going to get married in Morocco, and this is my king, and all this other stuff. Then I got sick. When I got sick, my king was not there for me. Everybody else was there for me. Now, I got a DM from this person. There's no face. There's just this cartoon character. Hello, how are you? I would like to interview you. I know that you are a woman that's running your own business. I'm looking for fellow entrepreneurs, and I would like to have a woman segment. I'm like, okay, great. The person's name is Stacy. But let's backtrack on this. Now, when we're in leadership, and while we're in our leadership thing, when you're in leadership, if you've ever done Momentum, the one thing you cannot do is you cannot build a relationship with someone there. It's like it's not a safe thing to do. It's just not a safe thing to do. Now, while we're in there, while we're in there, they're saying that we don't have a full team. So Angie and I are just like, who's the other team? Because they merged two teams together. And they're like, oh, Stacy won't be able to make it. The whole time I'm thinking Stacy is a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Stacy can't make it. I never knew who Stacy was. Fast forward, this is Stacy. He's just like, oh, I found you because I was supposed to be part of your leadership
The
team.
finest man in the land. Tall, sexy, chocolate, haircut, very together. I love Stacy. I love Stacy.
Yeah. And then.
And he wears hard bottoms.
So when I started first talking about Stacy, this is the funniest thing. I don't know nothing about Stacy. What did you say about Stacy?
What did I say about Stacy?
What did you say about Stacy's body?
His body? That he was perfect. I don't remember.
No,
what
you
I
was just
said.
like, oh, I know Stacy. He has a nice butt.
I know. That's like we're sisters.
No, men with high asses.
No.
Men with high asses is a thing. Men with high asses and thighs is a thing.
I was just like,
don't play, Katrina.
But I remember that. But and now
men gonna look like bottle bitches too.
I didn't even see it yet. I was just like,
men get to look like bottle bitches too.
Oh,
And so now you met him, right? Now you met him, right? And now you met him, and you forged this wonderful relationship. And so now, right? Because I want to, I want to get to the juice, right?
What's the juice?
No, you tell me what the juice. You gave me the juice, right? But now, right? You then get into a relationship with him, right?
Yes.
You get into a relationship with him. And I say that because Stacey, hesitant, yeah. And I remember the whole time hesitating, right? Because of everything that has happened, right? So the past trauma, right? The breaking up, because the thing about it is what people don't understand, when you're in a long-term relationship, and I say long-term, I think long-term is over 5 years. You really you start to build different habits with that person. You start to formulate a new being, and a part of your identity is embedded in that person because of the energy that you share, and part of the energy that they share with you is embedded in you, right? So if you're with someone, that's what that looks like. And what I love about Stacey is that he is just a whole man, and he is that's what he is. He is a man committed. That's what I see, right? And so talk to us about talk to us about the engagement, right? Because now you're dating, which is great. Hesitant, right? But definitely talk to us about the engagement. And I was supposed to be there, but I took a step back.
Hesitant, right? I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
About this.
So you've been dating for a while.
We were dating before he proposed to me. I think we were dating just about 1 year.
And I will say, and I say that to say this, like, and this is something that I'm experiencing personally on a personal level. Like, we get to not let our boyfriends get in the way of our husbands, right?
Yes.
We get to not let.
Hey boo.
We get to not let our prince or our pauper get in the way of our king, right? And now, you had a beautiful engagement. I loved it. I saw it. I saw the.
Say that again, D. Don't let your boyfriend get in the way of your husband. Shout out to the big buddies in the building.
So now we're gonna fast forward, right? I saw the engagement was beautiful. I saw, the fact that he surprised you and you turned around and your friends were there. You didn't know that they were there. Yep. It was beautiful. But now I really want to get to the juice really quickly, right? Angie, if you could spit some words about the wedding, right? Yeah, and quickly at that, right?
Yes. So Katrina's going back and forth as far as the wedding was concerned, and there was we both follow this really big entrepreneur named Judy. Shout out to Judy.
Judy.
So she has a mentorship, and one of her mentors was Just Elope. She had a contest where you send in your love video and you can win a free elopement, marriage, or engagement, I believe. So I hit up Katrina and said, you need to do this.
Ooh,
get it done.
Chills. Oh my God.
And she's like, I don't know. I said, do it. I need the video tonight. Let's go. So she sent me the video. And then Stacey posted a video. And then I was like, no, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Sent it back.
I said, do it again. No. They weren't even together. I was like, do it again.
We did separate videos.
Yeah. So she did it again, and I said, yeah, sent it. So it was sent in, it was picked as the elopement. And
I was so proud of them. You guys had like 15 shots, and you guys kept doing it on live. I was watching.
Yeah.
You guys kept doing it on live to record it and then just send it in. I saw it. I was watching. I'm so proud of you guys and happy for you guys.
Wow.
So she picked New Orleans to have her wedding at in the French Quarters. It was beautiful. We did the second band, beautiful gown, and just a really wonderful, magical day.
Was it
that's what we gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, on the internet, it looked amazing.
We're gonna say that.
I was a stressed out bride.
We're gonna say that.
But Katrina, you was the most beautiful bride I ever seen in
Oh
my
my
life.
God, y'all gonna make me cry. I need to
And her wedding was featured on Essence.
Yeah,
magazine.
and so I
Thank
will.
you.
Yes, and what I will say is that not only was it a beautiful testament to everything it was a fairy tale, and so one of the last, because a lot of what I keep hearing from many of us is that you give us hope, right? You inspire us, right? Because us dating for a year, like even me, I don't know if I could date somebody a year and then just jump, right? Because it's also that faith piece. Yeah. So in closing, I want you to just close this piece out. What keeps you going to love the way that you love in the beginning?
Because I just know, and you said it right. jumped, and I'm sorry. I know we're pressed for time, but I feel as though I have to say this.
No,
because
please do.
someone has to hear this.
Please do.
You know, the other night I was having pillow talk with my husband, and he was saying something about where were you 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And I don't even know. I couldn't even think about it. And then I said something about my daughter's age, and he said, "Oh, so you were still married at that point?" And I said, "Yeah." I didn't think about it, and I said, "Wow, I was with my ex-husband for almost 10 years of my young life. I gave someone 10 years. I gave someone my 20s, you know, and my 30s, because I am a woman of age, and I gave someone the best years of my life. But did he really get the best years of my life? Because I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
So now I have someone who has me. Because I have me. So that's why I can love, and every single day I can wake up and just love, and because I love me, and I love it's who I am. So I give him what I want, you know, and it just goes that way. So it's not about hope. It's not really about hope, but as women, we have to have faith because we are worthy. We are worthy. And there is someone that's out there that is going to love you completely, who is not going to be a fuckboy, who is not going to be a terrible person, who is not going to be a liar, who is not going to use you. Trust and believe me. You're going to have to go through those guys so you can get to that place. You have to.
But this is I hate it here. I know. But this is what I want to say. I do want to say this because I think that it's the most important thing to say before we close for you, because we're about to close out. One of the most important things, I'm hoping we can close out. One of the most important things that I do want to say about it is a testament to you believing and knowing what your worth is, right?
Yeah.
Because as someone who has been in a short-term relationship, who I thought was going to be the one, then coming into the long-term relationship, then coming into like you said, the fuck boys and man boys, all of that. I mean, I feel like time doesn't designate your relationship, because even oftentimes like homegirls will be like, oh yeah, I've been her friend for 10, 20 years, and I'm like, okay, but has she been loyal to you? Has she given you something? Has she brought something to the plate? And oftentimes. Right. Yeah, and oftentimes what ends up happening is that we like to base our relationships based upon time versus what they can bring to the table, right? Absolutely. And I think that the great part about your story is that you can now inspire other people to not just take the leap of faith, but really to have faith in themselves. Because when you jump, it's not about the other person. It's about you. It's about your willingness to shake it up and stuff, right? Yeah. And I think that that's important, because especially when it comes to, because the thing is that you're first and foremost, you are a woman, and you are who you are first. Then you are a wife, right? Then you are a mother. Then you got to put all the other hats on: PTA leader, entrepreneur, creative, right? And all of that great stuff, artist, right? And then at the end of the day, you still go to bed. You go to bed yourself on you, right? And it's a great testament to love, and I see you're moved by it, right? Yeah. Because I think that, you know, oftentimes, especially us in the dating scenes in these pools, we continue to attract where we are, right? Absolutely. Versus where we get to be, and that's something that I've experienced personally. I keep attracting broke because I'm broken. I keep attracting people who are unworthy because I'm unworthy. I keep attracting fuck boys because I'm a fuck girl, but I don't want to admit that part to myself because I still want to be in the streets and I don't want to get hurt. Versus me stepping out on faith and knowing my worthiness. So I'm glad for you sharing that. Right. So share with them now, really quickly, what are your sites? How can we connect with Pieces of Wisdom?
Yeah, so you can most definitely find me on IG. So I have several pages. One of them is for my brand, Pieces of Wisdom 21.
So PIECES, please,
yes,
not peace.
Yes, Pieces of Wisdom 21. Also, my fashion page you can find, which is B, and that's actually BN, Courage, COURAGED 21 on IG, and also Encouraged by Wisdom. 2020 is going to be a dope year for me. I am going to start my styling business, and one of the things that I'm going to incorporate with my styling business is coaching. Yeah. Because one of the things about how you dress is really on how you feel. So it will not just be me going into your closet and creating looks for you. It's we're gonna go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
And I know that that's my life calling, and that's what I'll be doing.
Wow.
By the way,
And I'm
Katrina
so
will be
excited.
styling the Katrina will be styling the Play Pretend video that's coming out in February.
You got it.
February 14th. Don't you got it, me? We've been discussing this for like.
So we're running out of time. We're definitely running out of time, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to
with regard to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the most powerful part of your entire story and why I felt so moved was because you didn't say, oh, you know, I really wanted to get a man. It wasn't that. You became that. Like, you became the spot. You didn't strive to get the spot and then find unfulfillment. You're fulfilled because you became that.
Yeah.
And you met your partner.
And I want to thank you. Yeah, I do. And I want to thank you for being vulnerable, because a lot of times women hide vulnerability.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
well,
the dream.
It's not even the dream, right? Because she's going through stuff, right? It's not. The thing about relationships is it's not perfect, right? But the great part is that she was able to find herself, so when her person found her, they can make some magic happen. And so I want to thank you for your story and your vulnerability, guys. Remember, Pieces of Wisdom, PIECES of Wisdom, on Instagram. And definitely, we're going to pass around some of her stuff. You guys are going to see it on camera.
Look at how
And
beautiful.
you know, and also Coach Katrina, Coach Katrina, really excited. Yep, she has really beautiful pieces. Coach Katrina, definitely get her now until she is booked, because I know what 2020 is gonna look like for you.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being here and sharing your story and
I'm all
continuing to stay.
emotional and stuff. But
It's a beautiful thing. If we're not vulnerable with ourselves, we're
She's
not
the most
gonna.
beautiful person in the world.
Cheers. So I want to thank you, and we're gonna start. We have DJ Sable in the back. She's gonna set us up with some music, and we'll be back live on Crown Confidential.
God. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice.
Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice.
Give me a little something to remember. Tryna make love in a sprinter. Quit you drop a nigga like Kimber. Looking like a right swipe on Tinder. Shit on these hoes. Let up my wrist on these hoes. Now I look down on these bitches. I feel like I'm on stilts on these hoes. Fuck your baby daddy right now. And the maid got cake by the pound. Go down, eat it up, don't drown. Making cheese in a bow, how it sound. I got that gushy, yeah that's a fact, but I never been pussy. I been that bitch since pajamas with footies. One MVP and I'm still a rookie like whoop. I gotta work on my anger. Might kill a bitch with my fingers. I gotta stay out of Gucci. I'm finna run out of hangers. Is she a stripper, a rapper, a singer? I'm busting blacks in a belly, Montega. Right through your hood like bitch I'm the mayor. You not my bitch, then bitch you in danger. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin', ice.
Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Came through drippin', drip drip. Diamonds on my wrist, they drippin'. Bitch, you a thought ain't trickin'. Put her on the knee, make her lick it. Protect on my wrist and it glistening. The bitch got mad, I dissed her.
Ay, look, bitch, I'm a star, got these niggas wishing. He say he hungry, this pussy the kitchen. Yeah, that's my dog, he gon' sit down and listen. Call him a trick and he don't get a holler. Bitch, I'm a star, I got these niggas wishing. He say he hungry, this pussy the kitchen. Yeah, that's my dog, he gon' sit down and listen. Call him a trick and he don't get offended. He know he giving his money to Megan. He know it's very expensive to date me. Told him go put my name on that account because when I need money, I ain't tryna holler. He know he giving his money to Megan. He know it's very expensive to date me. Told him go put my name on that account because when I need money, I ain't tryna wait. I can't be fucked with, no. Oh, you can't touch this, ayy. Bitch, I do rich shit, huh? My money thick, ayy. Walk with a limp, huh? I'm on some pimp shit, ayy. He say you all about money, yeah. I'm on that cash shit, huh? I'm in my bag, bitch, huh? I'm on your ass, bitch, huh? I'm in that new shit. You on that last year, huh? Bitch, I do pimp shit, huh? Oh, you on simp shit, ayy. He say you all about money, yeah. I'm on that cash shit, ayy. You know how they
bitch in the flesh. Who the fuck she gon' check? She be talking that shit, talking out of her neck. Put blood on her dress. Bitches be mad when they see Cardi step in the spot. Say that you bought it, we know that you not. I'ma pull up on bitches as soon as I drop. Bought a new foreign, I might up a yacht. Bitches in my business, they tryna plot. Hoes poppin' shit like they hot, but they not. Just flirted the wrist, the paddock, the watch. Niggas be flexin', we know what you got. Cardi the hack at the game in the knot. Fuckin' your nigga, I got him on light. Just go bang, bang like I'm chopping them chops. VVS chain, I'm in love with the rocks. You said you gon' take it, bitch, you got me chopped. They throwing shit cause they see me on top. To that bitch super love, I'ma send you the drop. Press, 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 press. Cardi don't need more press. Kill them all, put them hoes to rest. Walk in bulletproof vest. Please tell me who she gon' check. Murder scene, Cardi made a mess. Pop up, guess who, bitch? Pop up, guess who, bitch? Ding dong. Must be that whip that I ordered. And a new crib for my daughter. You know a bad bitch gon' spoil her cow when the New York beat when in Georgia. You better talk us a quarter. My money still long like weed. Pussy still wet like water.
Ay, big old freak, big booty, big old tree. I'ma make him wait for the pussy. Hit it in these big old ski. Ay, feet on the bed. I fuck him up in the head. Suck it, then look in his eyes. Then the next day I might leave him on red. Ay, pop it, daydreaming by how I rock it. He hit my phone with a horse, so I know that me come over and ride it. Shit, I'm on the way. Ride on that dick, I'm like, hey. Usually I like to fuck, but tonight we gon' make love cause you babe. Nobody know. I fuck with him on the low. We never show up together, but I text him when I'm ready to go. Ayy, I had a couple of shots at the bar. I'm finna play with that dick in the car. I got him swerving and breaking the law. Least when I'm tennis, so nobody saw. Ain't nobody creep like me. Yeah, what you need like me. Ain't nobody got up on their tiptoes and roll to the tip like me. I got him addicted, he fiendin'. My body a drug and he need it. He begging me for the treatment. He throwing fit when I leave him. He like, baby, let me rub on you. Like a little love from you. My body addictive, it's driving him crazy. I gotta run from him. Don't know what to do without it. He fucking with you, I doubt it. They don't understand that I'm all in his head and there's nothing to do with my body.
Welcome back. We are live on Crown Confidential. We see you. We're so excited to be here. Super excited to be in the building. I'm gonna let this artist introduce themselves. So tell them your name.
Yes, my name is Vanna Oshun. I'm an actor, singer, writer, rapper.
How did you come up with your name?
Actually, so my name, my biological, like, government name, whatever, is Savannah. And that comes from my grandmother living on a reservation outside of Savannah, Georgia. When I was in high school, my first love started calling me Vanna. And then everybody started calling me Vanna. Oshun came later on. When I was 19, I started studying. And I learned from Dr. Jack Felder, who was one of the first black biochemists in the United States military. He was a book distributor, him and his son Nova Felder. And, rest in power, he was one of the most brilliant people I've ever met. And he was responsible for bringing the knowledge to the table about how the Statue of Liberty was initially a black woman, but America rejected that and took a Eurocentric version. And one of my lyrics actually pays homage to him. Seneca Village before it was seized. Statue of Liberty before she was green. My brother's keeper in order smoke free. Fighting for rights. Money gonna get you to drip. Remember your plight. Prophet Muhammad. Body went honest. Land of the free. Awa delay. So, so one day I was like, learning. I was getting the knowledge. I was reading Chancellor Williams, Destruction of the Black Civilization. And, I was uptown, and uptown is like a portal that's closing, as far as like the culture. And, I'm still in that portal. I have access to it because I know who was there before. Yeah. So I'm able to tap into it. And, I was tapped in that day, but people were bursting my bubble. There were a lot of people who don't respect the culture there. And, someone had bumped me like it was downtown, like I'm going to get out of their way. And I just was reeling. It was hot out. And, I started screaming about gentrification and all these other things. And they're like, he kind of like banished me. And he was like, go down to Riverside and don't come back till you learn what you need to learn. So I'm like yelling, like really yelling. I'm just like, man, like all this gentrification. Like I'm just screaming, whatever. I'm just very radical. And I get down to Riverside and I'm just looking at the water. And the sun is on the water. Everything's golden. It's really beautiful. And it's calming me down. Like it's calming me. I feel it calming me. My breath is getting in tune with these waves. And I just notice as I glance down, there's this rock in the water. and it's like submerged slightly, like, you know, it's peeking out of the water, and the water's just washing over it, washing over it, washing over it. And I just kind of get mesmerized by it, and I kind of lock in on that. And I just kind of got hypnotized by it. And then I thought to myself, I kind of received the message I was supposed to receive because I was open to it. And that message was, if my reaction is not that of the submerged rock, then it need not be. And basically what that means is my environment could be crazy. It could be up to here. Or my environment could be low energy, or it could be whatever. But I have to remain solid. So as soon as I learned that, I finished eating my tangerine. And I run back. And I'm running. And I'm like, hey. Like, I learned what I need to learn. And as I'm saying this, it's one of the buses that comes through 25th with, you know, the tourists on it. And somebody threw water down. And it's books. Yo, I was livid. I was, like, ready to run up on that bus. And they're like, no, that's a sign. And he just goes, Oshun. I never heard of Oshun. Now, I have family that practices Santeria, Brujeria, all these things. That's part of my culture. But I was not well versed in that because my grandmother was extremely, extremely Christian. Yeah. So my foundation was Jesus and all this stuff. It wasn't really, you know, she kept me away from that. And then when I was able to learn it from my other cousins, I was like, nah, I don't want to know nothing about no Santeria, no Brujeria. You feel me? I want to stay on the right side because I was brainwashed at the time. But anyway, so he tells me Oshun. And he tells me, like, get in tune with that. Like, figure out what that is. And I'm like, okay. So I go and I find out the story of Oshun. And I'm like, yo, this is really me. Yeah. If you don't value me, I'm going to step away. Yeah. And you're going to realize how nothing is working. And then you're going to say, oh, why is nothing working? Because Oshun is not here. And Oshun is the sensuality. Oshun comes, I'm sure you all know, but just for my listeners and the listeners who may not know, Oshun is from the Yoruba religion in Nigeria, which is off the west coast of Africa. And Oshun, she's the goddess of sweet water, of love, of sensuality. And the thing is, Oshun is not your typical goddess or godlike figure. Oshun is very human in the sense that she feels spite if you hurt her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not just, you know, she's water, she's emotional. And
I love the evolution of your name. Yeah. I'm, you know, one of the things that I've realized in my my years here on earth, you don't have to be religious to go to church, and you have to go to church to be religious, right? It's like, it is whatever you believe, how you believe, right? And I very much believe I very much believe in connections. I very much believe in faith. I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe that there is Allah. I believe that there is Buddha. I believe that there is every and anything possible, right? On the other end, like, I'm very clear about that. And I love the fact that your name, right, really exudes not just a spirituality, but a lesson. Like, who would have thought that your name is a lesson, right? My name is Alicia, right? But there's no lesson here, right? Other than worth, which I'll talk about another story time. But I love the fact that there's an evolution behind the name. Right. Because it also, from what I'm hearing you say, is the fact that, hey, you know, I evolved, right, through my name, Savannah, from where I was from to where I get to be, right? Through the acts that are around us. So just talk to us about, like, why did you choose the path of spoken word and of being a soul sister, right? And of being a person who entertains us with their words. So yes. Why did you choose that path? Or how did that path come about?
Yeah, I didn't choose this path, but I had to choose it eventually. So how this all happened, the beginning of it is born through pain, like much things in life. My cousin Angel Cordero was actually murdered by the NYPD. And I was very young. I was 15 at the time. And it was July 5th, 2013. And this wasn't a close cousin, but it was my cousin. That's my blood. That's my family. And just like I care about this sister, I don't know her. I just met her. I care about everybody. That was my family. He was killed. They got off. They didn't get no time. And they still getting paid. They're still cops to this day. So I got my life together. I got serious about my life. My grandmother had passed as well, like a little bit after that. And I said, you know what, I'm going to be the woman that she would dream to be. Not only that, I'm gonna put those cops away. I'm gonna make it my business to go to school, to go to college, to stop fighting in these schools, to get my degree, to become a lawyer, and I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna put them away. That was my goal. And when I got to the college, I had one elective, and that elective ended up being like an improv class, but I had no idea. I wasn't raised in the arts.
I love improv.
Yo, I didn't know what it was. So I get the elective, I get in there, I'm late, and it's like my one relief class, because I had a lot of heavy classes. Mind you, I'm 16 in college, so it was a lot. Not that I wasn't capable of it. It was keeping me busy for sure, but it was a lot mentally, because I'm in a class full of right-wing people who are wanting to be cops, who want to police my community, and they're from upstate New York.
Yeah.
They don't have no black friends.
Yeah, of course.
Why are you able to police my people?
Yeah.
Right? So that's things that I'm just not okay with, and I was very vocal about that. And they wanted to call me ghetto. They wanted to call me stupid, but they couldn't, because I had the highest grade in the class, and I was only 16. That's why there's a mural of me in that college, because of the impact that I had, and the impact that I use my privilege, I use the way I look to get the point across in a very radical way. So like, you know, like I had an improv class, and you know, like I see these two guys, I didn't know what improv was, and they're having a conversation, but one of them's not really in tune with the guy, and I'm like, dang, you know, if I was up there, this is what I would have said. And the teacher saw that, and he calls me to the front, and he's like, hey, like, who are you? And I'm like, hey, you know, I'm Vanna. He's like, all right, get up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I get up there, and I start doing all my different dialects, all the different accents that I have, everything. And, you know, people were just like, they were rolling. But for me, it was a release. It was like, okay, you know, I'm dealing with these hard classes and this trauma, but now I get to, like, just be Vanna, you know, goofy and funny. And at the end of the class, as I'm walking out, he's just like, let me talk to you for a second. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, it's a damn shame if you ever leave a stage. And I looked at him, and I told him straight up, like, I'm here to be a lawyer. Like, I'm not doing this. This is just an elective. And he was very offended. And towards the end of that semester, they called, you know, they had a meeting, and they sent an email, and they said, you know, we really believe in you, and we want you to take this serious. So we're offering you a scholarship for this program to be in our performing arts program. And I said, yeah. I said, as long as I could get my criminal justice degree and my performing arts degree in 2 years, cool, we out. And so that's how that path really chose me. And then it chose me again with singing, because I wasn't even a singer. At that time, I just discovered I was an actor. But I knew I was good at it, and it felt good, and I fell in love with Shakespeare. I'm a Shakespearean-trained actor. I was in a Shakespeare company for 3 years. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the conspiracy theories, you know, like, who was it? Was it the man from Stratford-on-Avon who was uneducated, who was poor, who was a farmer, who had no idea about the Queen's Court? Or was it the 17th Earl of Oxford, who actually had access to these political people to know what was really going on, to know the real tea? And, you know, like, it was just so much to me, and I was just, like, discovering this whole new world, and I was on fire about it. And it actually propelled me to live, you know, because there was so many circumstances at that time that it was so challenging.
And I think that that's the thing about, I think that for you saying that it was challenging, you know, diamonds are made under pressure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that the
pressure, link in bio.
And I think that
I think, Vanna, I think me and you should do something called Light Skin Look Like What?
Yeah, definitely.
I think me and you should do that.
Definitely.
Because you get me, like, the same shit that you, the same shit you experience, the same shit.
We have the same experience,
You
right?
get me? So we need to do that.
Yeah,
Let's talk,
definitely take conversation.
We gonna link, Mom.
Absolutely.
And so
I agree.
I want to know, because I want to get back to, because we're right after this, during this break, we're gonna play your 2 singles. So talk to us about. I want to know what inspires you. I don't want you to talk about the singles yet, but, like, because we're gonna talk about that right next. That's the next question. But, like, just tell the world, like, what inspires you.
What inspires me is life. What inspires me is people that are resilient. What inspires me is actually the butterfly effect. A butterfly, a small, tiny, tiny organism, flapping its wings can actually change the weather in one part of the world to another. So if a butterfly is tiny and it's flapping its wings in Chicago, it could actually change the weather in the Amazon.
Yeah,
you know, and that's the butterfly effect, and it's a real thing. And the fact that something so small could have such a huge effect, it's like, wow, look at all the things that I'm doing that are big. I'm an actual bigger organism than a butterfly. So imagine what I could do, how I could change the dialogue, how I could change everything in the world. And I'm bigger than a butterfly. I'm a human being. I actually can speak. I actually can perform.
You can walk. You can talk. You
like I'm changing the weather of the globe.
You are. And the great part about that is identifying your power. I think we as women, we identify our power sometimes. And we're like, oh, it's too late, or, you know, it's happening at this time, or whatever the case may be, right? And so one of the things, you know, one of the things that happens is that we oftentimes, we get lost in the sauce.
Right.
So can you tell us about... we're going to play your songs next. Tell us about Tower and Pressure.
Okay, so you know what? I'm going to share something about Pressure. Actually, let's talk about Towers first. So I think a new conversation is a possibility that I'm creating for myself, where I could bring up a new conversation about personal responsibility. Because a lot of the times I see that we could blame other people and we get very bitter. When I look at people that are older than me, or the women in my family, and I learned from their trauma, and I learned how to take it and make my life better. So I fell in love, and with Towers, it tells the story, and it's very dark, and a lot of people who are my true fans who really listen to the song have hit me up like, yo, this song is so calm and it's so peaceful, but it's really dark.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh wow, you actually listened. You know, so fell in love, and it really was codependency.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that because I was a little bit younger. I'm 22 now. At the time I was 20. I had no idea what codependency was. I saw a person, I saw their passion.
Yeah.
I fell in love with that, and I said, you know what? I don't really care what comes with this. I want to deal with it.
Yeah. And I think that the great part as an artist is that you can deal with a lot of the things that are happening in your life through your music and through being creative. Because it's all creatives in here. We have a DJ in here. We have, you know, 2 songwriters in here. You know, I'm a poet. Angie has a great, you know, line that she uses. Katrina has her creative. And so a lot of the pressure that we do have around us, we get to really put that into our creative and into our work. So tell us about the next one. So that was Tower you just talked about.
So Towers came from a place of like dealing with a person, or allowing myself to be in a relationship where I allowed boundaries to be crossed. As far as, you know, it's very challenging to speak on, but it was, you know, there was lines crossed that shouldn't have been crossed, you know, and I think that it's a big challenge. You know, it takes courage. I'm coming up with a video that's actually going to illustrate it, and I've been writing it, and it's really hard to talk about those things, you know what I'm saying? Because you want to view people, you want to put things out into the world that could help people, and I think my story can actually help free people, even though it's so painful, even though those experiences, my life almost was taken. It doesn't matter because I know I can free people. Now with Pressure, after I dropped Towers, April 4th, people in high places were like, you're the next LMA. And I'm just like, I'm broke. I have no idea what I'm doing. I wrote that song in 2 minutes. I have no songwriting experience. I feel pressure. Like, I literally feel you gonna feel the pressure when they tell you that you next up. New levels, new devils, smiling in my face. But inside, I know they jealous. They fake. If you say you know me, then that means you don't. Circle getting smaller. Money getting longer. Thankful I'm a boss, like I am my own employer. Self-made, I'm selfish. On the rise, can't help it. Play the game like I'm Jay-Z. Get blackballed if you play me. Business 101. Learn the game. Mind a weapon like a loaded gun. My vision on death row. Time for execution. Realized I'm a taker. Gave way too much, shook my faith up. At one with myself, don't need a war. I'm moving different, I'm going on tour. Put myself first. Put my health first. Stop caring about opinions. Now the curse has been reversed. I know I'm next up. I could feel the pressure trying to put me in depression, but the rain is gonna let up.
And
you know?
and the great part about that is, and I can't wait for them to hear the concept behind it, is a lot of times, I think for me on a personal level, music is therapy. Music is therapy. When I'm going through it, I'm listening to the songs I'm listening to. When I'm feeling great, I'm singing the songs I'm singing. When I want to cry, I'm listening to music. Right? And I love the fact that we're able to navigate through your life, because I feel, you know, it's the same thing. Like, I think recently someone on another radio station said, like, Adele's getting divorced now. Right? Adele's going to get divorced. It's been I don't know how long, right? And, you know, the first album was about her breakup. I Set Fire to the Rain, Meet Me Halfway, right?
So
I love Adele,
much.
right? But the thing about it is that someone said
I love Adele.
They were like, wow, she's getting divorced. This next album is going to be even more painful than the first and even better. Because you know what's funny? Mary, when she was doing what she was talking and she was no more drama, whatever, nobody was buying into her living her best life with her what's next. They wanted to hear that pain. And I think that, yes, pain sells, but it also gets to free your story. Because there are other people that are navigating life and that don't understand what's happening inside of them. And because of you, you're able to give them a platform, right?
Yeah, I guess
so.
what
Tell us how we can find you. So tell us your social media links.
Yes, so you can find me everywhere at Vanna Oshun. Vanna spelled like Savannah, Georgia, and Oshun, O-S-H-U-N. You can find me. Please click the link in my bio. Get familiar. I got a bunch of interviews out. I have articles that I've done. Late Fee Magazine. Shout out Stephen Germain, which is an ode to the artists of color. Late Fee, the whole purpose behind Late Fee was it's long overdue. Our voices being heard, and not just if you have clout, not just if you have money and connections and you have, you know, fraternity and sorority connections. No, if you really should be heard just based off your character, just based off the fact that no one else might listen to you. So that's what Late Fee's about. And I guess what I really want to say as far as my contribution to this plane while I'm here in the short time that I have is I want everybody to have the courage to feel their worth, to have the courage to really feel your worth, to really stand in it, because it takes courage. It's so easy to think that you're worthless. It's so easy to think that you don't matter. It's so easy to let time pass and not follow your passions. But I really want everybody that's listening, whoever this ears that this might lay on, like, really follow your passion. Like, don't let anybody deter you. Don't let nothing stop you. You got it.
Yes. And I love that. And so it's a VANNA.
VANNAHOSHUN.
Yes, spell it one more time, please, for the people in the back.
VANNAHOSHUN. You can find me everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. So definitely let's give it up for Vanna one time. Vanna Oshun.
Yes,
awesome
thank you for having me.
So our DJ is going to play Tower first, and then Pressure, and then we're gonna come right back to Crown Confidential. We are gonna have a quick conversation before we wrap. So we did hear our phone rings. We do invite you to call in 347-422-7289.
Please call in, guys,
for our very last segment where we're gonna wrap with Women and Money. I think it's a powerful conversation that we get to have. So DJ, take it away.
Oh, this is my record, y'all. Stream that. And now y'all can really hear the lyrics.
You're the a drug. On me, on me, on me. Hold me like a drug. Hold me like some drugs. You was just a dove, but I showed you love. I showed you freaking love.
Go stupid on them, go crazy on them. It's
Yeah. You gon' feel the pressure. 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 You gon' feel the pressure when they tell you that you next up. New levels, new devils, smiling in my face. But inside I know they jealous. If you say you know me, then that means you don't. Circle getting smaller, money getting longer. Thankful I'm a boss, like I am my own employer. Self-made, I'm selfish. On the rise, can't help it. Play the game like I'm Jay-Z. Get blackballed if you play me. Business 101. Learn the game. Mine a weapon like a loaded gun. My vision on death row. Time for execution. Realize I'm a taker. Gave way too much, shook my faith up. At one with myself, don't need a war. I'm moving different, I'm going on tour. Put myself first. Put my health first. Stop caring about opinions. Now the curse has been reversed. Yeah, I know I'm next up. I could feel the pressure. Tryna put me in depression. But the rain is gonna let up. Call me Maxine Waters, ayy. Reclaim my time on them, ayy. This ain't no play, nah. I am a queen, shine on them. Singing like Mariah, rapping like I'm Cardi, graceful like I'm B. Always shouting out the team. Yeah, you gon' feel the pressure. 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 I'm winning, I never lose. Still sleeping on me like you hit the snooze. This shit can make or break you. At the crossroads, know you gotta choose. Light skin like I'm Kathleen. Soul on ice, you know what that mean. Don't hit my line if your music by Suda. I'm on a new level, you need a tutor. Been about my business, integrity and ethics. That's a new religion. I'm focused on my goals. Yeah, I focus on some chicken. I am a tycoon, capital never ending. I will not answer your call, as a payment is pending. I am the one, I am the father, and you were the son. I've been on my grind, been persevering. You cannot stop me, there's no interceding. Follow the spirit, I know you can hear it. That is why all of these demons gon' fear me. I'll leave it with God till I see a million. You gon' feel the pressure. 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 You gon' feel the pressure.
Welcome back to Crown Confidential. That was awesome. Tower and Pressure.
Dope.
That was really dope. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your innermost thoughts with us. You know what I mean?
For you to be so young and so powerful is a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, it is. And so, one of the things we wanted to end with, so it's something that we didn't not want to talk about, right?
Right.
And so, Angie's gonna give us a story. And for those of you, like I said, we have some time here. right? 347-422-7289, right? Call in. We want to hear your opinions on this. We're going to give you guys 30 seconds or less with those opinions, right? So 347-422-7289. And so this is our topic of conversation. Go ahead, Angie.
So, Offset's birthday was a few days ago, and his wife, Cardi B, gifted him with $500,000 in cash for his 28th birthday. But she got a lot of backlash. She got a lot of backlash from her fans. A lot of them felt like it was excessive, and that, they can do something different with that money. So some of the responses and comments that she was getting were such as, imagine how many starving children or homeless people you could help with that money. I love you, Cardi, but you're showing out here, and I feel bad for people who have nothing. Another one is, imagine how many starving children or homeless people you could help with that money. I love you. Oh, I just read that. Sorry. There are poor people in the world that can't even afford to put food in their fridge, and here you go with money in yours. How disrespectful to those who can't afford to eat. Shake my head. What a disgrace. This is exactly what's wrong with the world. Greed and inequality.
And so I want to open up the floor because I have my own opinion, and I'm going to close out with my opinion, right? As the way that I does, right? I'm going to close out with my opinion because I have some really heavy opinions about this. But how do we feel about the whole situation, the comments? Like, how are we feeling about it?
So my thoughts are, why are we counting other people's money?
Sis.
At the end of the day, we don't know what she's doing with her money, what they're doing with their money, who they're giving their money to. A lot of, from what I've noticed, a lot of industry people don't show the fact that they support other people. You don't know what they're doing with their money. So who are we to count? The question is, are you doing those things that you're accusing her of not doing? Are you supporting homeless children? Are you supporting the kids in the community?
Agreed.
One thing that somebody said today during the frosting, the guy was like, why can't we do this every day? Why is it just on a holiday that we come out and show support? Why can't you just wake up and want to show support daily? So why are you counting a celebrity's money? That's her money. That's money she worked for. She's the one that's up in the studio 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning not seeing her child to provide that for her. You're the one that's listening to the record. You supported that. So why are you counting her money? Like, that really annoys me.
And I have a quick question. Do you think it would have been the same had the roles been reversed if Offset had
Probably not.
to Cardi?
Probably not.
Yeah, I'm like, I find that weird that that this is actually a story, that this is actually a topic.
Right.
So many celebrities spend money all the time. Like on the, did they not just sell that banana on a wall for $130,000?
And the man ate it.
But if the man ate it, put the banana on the wall, they'd be questioning.
But I'm saying, like, why nobody questioning him about
I could probably tell you why nobody questioning him.
Why?
What did this man look like?
Middle Eastern to me.
I think people judge Cardi, and celebrities in general. They hold them to a standard that they don't even hold themselves at.
Right.
That's true.
And to me, like that right there, you already messed up because.
I had this conversation with my homeboy Sidney the other day. He was telling me, "Oh, celebrities think you're supposed to be with your next Brian McKnight."
Right.
You get me? What you think is your Prince Charming? Celebrities think that you won't find yourself with. But you find yourself with the most underground rapper that's coming up. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. But you find yourself with the most underground rapper that's coming up, and he finds himself. And he helps you, and the both of y'all build. That's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for me. I'm building with my team. Shout out to Apex Alliance.
Amen.
Big shout out to Happy, and big shout out to City, and big shout out to Pierre. We building as a team, but I'm just saying, so many women become equipped and believing that, okay, some other man is gonna help me build me up. No, Cardi did that shit on her own.
Word.
Because I honestly believe. I mean,
no.
Honestly, before I Offset, she was doing her own thing.
Yeah.
So big shout out to women doing their own thing and also building their men up.
Right.
Because I want to not for nothing for New York.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't realize. Okay, Offset is from
Atlanta.
Right. Atlanta. She brought that man to New York. She brought his buzz to New York. It worked.
And Cardi does give back to the community. That's what gets me.
Fuck the fact that she gives back to the community. That's what we do. We women.
Yeah. Right.
You really thought she wasn't gonna give back to the community? She's from the Bronx.
Right.
I'm giving back to my community in my sleep. I don't even know it.
Because everybody, I feel like everybody has, like, you know, certain things that are kind of close to them, like things that they want to donate to, things that they want to support. You know, some person's cause might be Save the Polar Bear. Somebody else's cause might be Feed the Children of Africa. Somebody called, like, I remember hearing a story about when Cardi was, I think they had a drive where they were giving out, like, at the beginning of September, like, they were giving out book bags and school supplies to kids who were going back to school. Yeah, she came, she bought book bags and stuff like that and gave supplies. So it's kind of like, I really feel like that's so stupid.
People, you know what it is? That people put celebrities under a microscope.
Yeah.
And really think that that's what they are. We are, and this is Durga speaking, because I've had other people contact me and tell me things about things that I'm doing and what I'm not doing. Y'all don't know that I help my sister run a fucking not-for-profit organization.
Right.
Y'all don't know what I'm doing. I teach dance classes for the children. Y'all don't know what the hell I'm doing. Right. But what I'm telling you is that people love to put a microscope under what it is that you're doing as an artist.
Yeah.
And what it is that you're doing for the community. And it's just like, y'all don't really even know. Y'all not the IRS. Y'all not checking my pay. Y'all know everything that I'm doing. And even then, they might not even know. I'm giving back to my community. And as somebody from Bushwick that gives back to their community, I'm telling all y'all artists, give back to the community. Even when it's right now. Right now is the perfect time to get back to your community, guys. So if you guys are an artist, go and stand on that corner with shit that you have in your closet that you don't need no more and give that shit out. Go stand by a homeless shelter. As artists, we need these people to build us up. Yeah. And we need to build ourselves up too, because we need to understand where we came from. Because at any given time and day, we can lose it all.
Yeah.
Okay, artists. So let's make sure that we doing our own too as artists, and make sure that we taking care of our community. Because we could be shiny, we could be platinum, but we will be nothing without the people that support us.
And remember that nobody's obligated to do what it is with their money that you think that they need to be doing.
Don't nobody gotta buy my album.
Yeah, like
don't nobody gotta buy my single. Don't nobody gotta buy Vanna's single.
If she paying her own rent,
don't nobody gotta do that. It's $1.
Right,
they're not realizing what that dollar does for us and what that does, because yeah, it's a small buyer in the community, but we also have people in Indonesia and everywhere supporting us.
Listening. So, yeah, they listening, bro. They really listen in different countries. Our voices are heard in different countries that we haven't even been
yet. Everywhere. So as us as artists, let's make sure that we, and even if it's not everywhere, let's make sure that us as artists that we team up together and make sure that we find the proper platform to join up with and do projects that will help the community. So big shout out to Hey They're Beautiful that helped Pink NYC and who was able to collect all those bags and toiletries and everything that we were able to collect. So big shout out to Pink NYC, big shout out to Hey They're Beautiful. Thank you, D. I appreciate it.
Katrina, you want to add something? I heard you want to chime in.
Well, you know, just being a married woman, like what she does, like I think I stand where you guys stand. What she wants to do with her money for her husband, that is no one's business.
Yeah.
She works for that money. That's right. They are a team.
Yeah.
So it's no one's business. Who am I to say that she should not give that man that money?
Whatever he wants.
First of all, what is he going to do with that money? How we know he's not going to invest that in a school or whatever the case may be?
Right.
Exactly. That's their pillow talk. That's what they're building.
Right.
And they are building something. So I stand by mind your business.
Right.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
Count
Agreed.
your own coin.
Yeah.
Build your own foundation.
Yeah.
Make your own money.
And so we have.
That's the problem.
That's it. And we have a live caller. Who's on caller?
What's up, powerful ladies? It's Keisha. How y'all doing?
Hey, Keisha. What's up? So we have Keisha Thompson. So we have Keisha Thompson on. She is the cake executive officer of Delory Cakery. She is also the executive chief officer of Delore Tarot. If you're looking to get a cake bake and or cards read, she is the person to go to. She is the one. You can find her at KAYISHA Thompson on Facebook. That's the best way to find her. So Keisha, talk to us about women and money.
Yes.
How do you feel about this offset situation?
So here's my deal. That's Cardi's money. Her hard-earned money. She can do whatever she pleases, whatever she desires to do with the money that she earned. She came up. She was a stripper at I remember the first time I saw Cardi B on Instagram, I said, she's going to be on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And I said it to my best friend, I said, this girl's going to blow up so big. I said, wow, she's going to be on Love and Hip Hop and drop an album. And sure enough, everything I said, she did. It's her prerogative. It's her business. I hate their money, and the public want to tell people what they should do with their money. That's none of our business.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you're here, Keisha. Keisha, how can they find you? Tell them your website before we click off.
www.delorcakery.com, Delore Cakery.
Love it. Thank you
Keisha,
so much for calling
Keisha,
in.
before you go, you know, you knew about Cardi. I gotta ask you a question. I'm Van Ocean. Am I gonna be on Love and Hip Hop? Am I gonna go big? Am I gonna drop an album? What's up, Keisha?
So wait, let me tell you. Nah. Everybody's getting shut down. Nope.
Hit me up.
Keisha, yep, Keisha. I am Keisha's coach.
Amen.
Like, in 2020,
I need to remember that.
If 2020
is live in January, you can hit me up for me.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. She's really awesome. Thank you, Keisha, for calling in. Yeah, and
Thank you, Keisha.
She'll be coming up here live. I'm hoping in January. Yes.
In the new year.
Yes, we love you. Thanks, Keisha.
Thanks,
And so,
Keisha.
Love you, bye.
love you guys. Love you so much. So one of the things I know is that with my clients, a lot of the conversations around money and a lot of the conversations about broke are like those internal conversations that we're not worthy enough or that we're not good enough. And so though I'll leave my opinion on here, and I will say that we are judgment-making machines. And the thing is that we're judgment-making machines. The moment that we wake up our eyes, we're judging the sun, the sky, how we feel, how we smell, how things taste around us. But oftentimes when we're so busy judging other things that we are not reflecting in ourselves. I'm not saying judging yourself. I'm saying reflecting in yourself. Right. And one of the things that I know is that when I saw that, when I saw him receive, I saw a young boy who was about to cry, but was too in his manhood to let anybody around him. And what I hate about, I hate gender reveal videos. I hate the wedding videos. Not that I don't like the gender reveal, but my thing is that people make it about themselves so much often. Like, you hear people screaming in the background when mom is sitting there crying, or you see, the one person making it about themselves. Like, if I ever get married, I'm eloping. I'm at the point where I'm just gonna, I'm not letting nobody, just elope, right? Just elope. Because I've already said, I don't want bridesmaids. Because everyone tends to make it about them when it's really your time. And that's something I can't stand. And so for me, it was like there was young black boy joy. If you watch the video again, and there was a moment where he just hung his head, and I saw a 7-year-old boy getting bullied. I saw an 11-year-old boy getting teased. I saw a 12-year-old boy trying to make it. I saw a 15-year-old man get degraded by his neighborhood. I felt every single feeling.
Wow.
If you watch the video, he looks at her. Because that's what people do. We watch videos and we watch it to interpret for us, but we're never in the moment with those people. That's why if you're making a social media video, shut up. Nobody wants to hear you screaming. Nobody wants to hear you yelling. Like, I can't stand going to a show, right? And Durgavelli's on stage. I can't even sing because I'm so busy being the videographer, right? So I'm like, you know what? I get to get a stand to put it up to take her so that I can really enjoy myself, because the people that are going to see the video are not going to enjoy what I'm going to enjoy if I'm screaming and they don't hear her, right? And so that's the other thing. It's like when you want to make it about people, make it about other people, but watch the video again. Once we go on break and we're done, watch the video again. He looks at her and he just collapses, and I felt every emotion. I heard every bully. I heard every record executive tell him no, and then I saw a woman that loved him to lift him up, to say you could buy a car, you could invest, you could do what you want. And the thing is that because we're judgment-making machines, then we often place and project our own emotions. And for the people that are like, oh, you could have done this and you could have done that, they're living in a place that I call, and I hate scarcity, where there's never enough. Absolutely. There is enough for everybody and everything. There is abundance out there. And one of the things that we tend to do is we tend to say that there's not enough, or you could have done this, or you could have done that. My thing is, what's your input? Because you had enough time to comment on her page to make sure that you were seen. You could have used that energy a little bit differently. And I think that if we were to use our energies a little bit differently, the world would be a better place, right? Because we're so...
Can I add something? As an artist, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is a conversation that me and the person that got me where I'm at, which is City, we had this conversation, and the last statement, I don't even want to go into this, but the last statement is, people fail to realize that we the people in the comments. The artists right now, we the people in the comments. So the people that they beat down and everything like that, we see it. And we know that this is what we about to go against.
Yeah.
Right? We the people in the comments. We see what we about to go against. A lot of people shy away from it. And a lot of people say, fuck it, I'm going to walk into it. I'm an artist that's willing to walk into it. So be careful what it is what you say to artists. We're regular people.
I don't even say be careful what you say to artists. I don't mean to interrupt you. I beg to differ. Be careful what you say to people, because at the end of the day, like this is my thing. I even tell my people, like I have, my client Keisha. She has like people in her comment section when she's putting up a video. I said disable your comments. Like Cardi could easily disable her comments. Yeah. Like let's be clear. At a certain level, I'm disabling my comments because one, ain't nobody got time for that, and two, I'm at a point where. Not only that, but when you are really stepping into faith or you're stepping into what's next, I don't want to be judged as it is. I'm already a plus size Latina woman out here trying to making things happen in this place where I'm evolving, right? And I've already been in a place where people told me HTB or Hey They're Beautiful won't make it. Oh, you're not gonna see, like we're gonna be in year 5 in April. You know what I mean?
A lot of people tend to see as you shut your comments off as you don't want to engage.
Yeah, but the other people.
You don't want to engage. But no, I get what you're saying. A lot of people see it as you don't want to engage. But at the same time, it's just like, why don't I want to engage? Y'all not realizing I'm a human. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we're humans.
Yeah,
but the same pussy y'all came out of, we came out of the same pussy. But then
remember that not everybody wants an open conversation.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
A lot of people
and you're allowing
in the comments to just want to shout.
All right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people are allowing themselves to open comments and things that are coming in because as celebrities and people that want to be in the limelight, we have to open ourselves to that. But at the same time, the people that are shouting these obscenities and things that we don't really need to hear, they need to hear. We are human.
Yeah, guys.
The same people that they speak to, we are human.
I just feel as though when it comes down to commentary and comments, it's just someone that just wants to be seen. It's someone that wants to be heard. I don't feed into that. Everything does not warrant a response, and that's just life. That's just life. It's like, who walks into an argument? Why do you welcome certain things in your space? Yeah. Just because someone has a comment, that's for you.
Yeah.
You deal with that. That's your
It's
feeling.
just like when you get catcalled. When you get catcalled, you don't have to respond to anything. And I think that, and that's the bigger piece. I think that we fail to realize that. Like the most powerful thing that the Obamas said was that when they go low, you go high, and sometimes you get to just walk away from it, right? Absolutely. And so what I would say is congratulations, Offset, happy birthday. I wish you and the other thing too is like I don't. For me, my thing is like, damn, we should be celebrating this king who has a queen who was able to mend their relationship despite everyone telling despite everybody telling her not to, telling him not to, and everything that happened. They have a family, but at the end of the day, they have love. Yes. Right? And that's a piece. And we get to, and that's what's important. We get to walk away from that. And so I want to just go around the room and thank my guest, Katrina, Pieces of Wisdom, PIECES, Pieces of Wisdom. You could definitely find 21, and you can find her on IG. You can see her pieces. Thank you so much for being here and really sharing space. Vanna Oshun, spell that VANNAH.
Yes.
OSHUN,
yes,
right?
You got it.
Definitely find her on IG, right? Towers was amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's thank you so much.
I really
absolutely.
Conversations in this room tonight.
Yeah, there were, and the conversations get to continue. Thank you, Miss Ange, for coming up from Tampa and doing her thing. And DJ, can you spell your name out and how we could find you?
My name is Sable, DJ Sable. That's DJ dot SABLE, DJ dot Sable.
Thank you. Miss Ange, how can they find you on IG?
It's MZ_ANG34.
They're going to be in your DMs. You want to answer? Prophet, thank you so much for supporting us. Durga, how can they find you? We had our guest here, Durga.
www.durgavali.com, or you can just Google me, DURGABELI. Thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate y'all. Big shout out to Crown Confidential. To my sister D. I'm so proud of y'all. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am Googleable.
Me too.
I'm Googleable. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be here for the new year. So before I leave here, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be here for the new year, because Durga does what she wants to do. I want to give a big shout out to you, D, Dalisha,
Thank
and
you.
Angie.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of y'all. I love y'all.
Wow.
Thank y'all for taking this platform that I was able, to plug y'all and just branching off. Y'all given this radio station a different dynamic.
Wow.
And I am proud of y'all.
Thank
You get me? Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a lot of other females contacting me in regards to like, what's up with the women's empowerment show? And I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you.
Because I remember when we started Hey They're Beautiful and what the cause is behind it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
if a lot of you guys don't know what Hey They're Beautiful is or what we started for and why we started, please log on to Hey They're Beautiful. So it's www.heytherebeautiful.org. Exactly what you think it's spelled like is heytherebeautiful.org. And you get me? I'm on a team, so is my sister, so is Angie. We are the catalyst behind it. I believe in this vision and I believe in this. D, thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
You are my support system. I appreciate you. And so are you. You don't fall far behind. I'm so proud of y'all. But again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you follow these women and make sure that you follow the message behind it because it's more than just catty talk. A lot of men think it's catty talk. Follow this and you might find out why I'm woman so mad.
I'm not taking that.
No. My male friends have told me I've been able to get to a different place with my girlfriend because I've listened to the show.
That's awesome.
You get me? I've had two people tell me that. So please tune in. Like you just tap into a different side that you're not even aware of. Okay?
Thank you
guys,
so much, Durga.
Make sure that y'all follow Crown Confidentials. Make sure that y'all follow Durga Valley. Vanna Oshun. Make sure that y'all follow Pieces of Wisdom because she's all in my videos and all of them. Everybody here, thank you guys. I love you guys.
Thank you, boo.
Thank you so much.
I get a therapy session every Monday.
Yeah, word.
Where can we find you?
So yes, guys, you can find me at on IG, Dalisha, Dailisha. Also, yes, Hey They're Beautiful. It's www.HEYThere, beautiful.org. We're definitely accepting donations into the new year. We'll definitely support us. We have that movement. I just want to wish everybody who's listening near and far, wherever you are, a happy holiday season. Those of you who are in a place where we are dealing with our mental health issues, you are not alone. Nope. Please go seek support. The last 5 people that you send a text message are the last 5 people that you get to contact. Absolutely. And definitely reach out. The holidays, they say it's the most wonderful time of the year. Sometimes it's not for certain people, right? And for somebody who has great surrogate families and great families that take me in, I also know the issues that I do have with my family, and I know that I'm not alone, right? And I want to definitely say that it's a beautiful thing to be able to connect with other people and to be able to lean back. So definitely lean back when you can lean back. So definitely have a happy, great safe. Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve and holiday. A great happy holiday. In addition, we want to support you, so we'll be back on December 30th, and live we're gonna have here on December 30th. Debonair is gonna be in the building. DEBANAIR. number 1. He is.
Don't play with my man.
So he's
Don't
coming
play
on
with my man.
the show.
Number 1 big buddy.
I'm sorry.
So we're loud. Crown Confidential. We're out. Have a really good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Good night. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
True story. I used to hate Christmas. For real. Yeah. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a half of a brick, told me feed my family. I took it to the hood and I dropped it in the sink. Then I whipped it into a whole thing. Jumped off the porch early, man, it was 93. I had old holes on my dick when I was 13. On the second day of Christmas, I bought an MC Super Sport and I sat it on G's. Robbed so many niggas, had to paint that bitch green. I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas, nigga, ask about me. On the third day of Christmas, my old plug sent to me 10 milk jug full of pills and like 80 bells a week. On the 4th day, said fuck that shit, went on the spree. I got niggas still won't pay back for shit did in 03. It's 5 with the fuck you on the 5th and on the 6th. On the 7th day of Christmas, got a new drum for the stick. Shit funny now. Been funny then. I got into a beef. 9th day of Christmas, they begging me for peace. 10th day of Christmas, they calling the police. Niggas tryna stop it, but they started it with me. Rentals called a house, they gon' terminate the lease. 11th day of Christmas, put our shit out on the streets. 12th day of Christmas, got my mama losing sleep.
Spreading Jesus, tryna live my best life. Wasn't even looking to receive, but I still cannot believe. We fell in love on the west side Christmas. We fell in love on the west side Christmas. We fell in love on the west side, the best time of the year. We fell in love on the west side Christmas. Came from above, wasn't even on my wish list. Now you got me. How you do that there? How you do that? How you do that there? How you do that? You got my heart going brum 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 brum. Got my heart going brum 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 brum. How you do that there? How you do that? How you do that there? How you do that? Girl, nobody has to know what we got going on underneath that mistletoe. They beating like a drum, it's beating for your love, they beating for no other.
Say that again.
Full of fear, looked at his dog, oh my God, a ill reindeer. But then I was ill cause the man had a beard and a bag full of goodies, 12 o'clock at night. So I turned my head a second and the man was gone. But he must have dropped his wallet smack dead on the lawn. I picked the wallet up and then I took a pause, took out the lights and then it cold said Santa Claus. $1 million in it cold, hundreds of G's. Enough to buy a phone magic car with ease. But I never steal for Santa, cause that ain't right. So I was going home to mail it back to him that night. But when I got home I bugged, cause under the tree was a letter from Santa and the door was for me. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuffing macaroni and cheese. And Santa put gifts under Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night. Snow's on the ground, Snow White so bright. In the fireplace is the Yule log. Beneath the mistletoe as we drink eggnog. The rhymes that you hear are the rhymes of carols. Like each and every year we bust Christmas carols. Christmas carols. Run so loud and proud you hear it. It's Christmas time and we got the spirit. Jack Frost chillin', the hawk is out, and that's what Christmas is all about. The time is now, the place is here, and the whole wide world is filled with cheer. My name's DMC with the mic in my hand, and I'm chillin' and coolin' just like a snowman. So open your eyes, lend us an ear. We wanna say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
Bounce, 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 cheeks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rockefeller, y'all. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Rockefeller, y'all. Check, check. Yo, I'm making short-term goals when the weather falls. Yes, put away the leathers and put ice on the gold.
chilly with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping 3 Deuce Beaver, yeses, fully loaded, yes. Bouncing in the Lex Luger, tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crap shooter, niggas can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming, through my peripheral, I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Niggas is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any nigga intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup runneth over with hundreds. I'm one of the best niggas that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all niggas don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan DeMarco. Swear to God, don't get it fucked up.
Taking up this time to give you a piece of my mind.
'Cause you can't knock the hustle.
If you're you think you are. Just trying to survive, doing what you gotta do, working 9 to 5. You hustle, gotta put food on the table. You hustle, gotta keep your family strong.
See, I rhyme for the money, but got 20s and dimes. I got my mind on my money for the money I grind.
You hustle,
I'm just trying to feed my seed.
You hustle,
cause my mom need the cheese. This for my niggas on the struggle that's trying to survive. That's ex-con so they can't get a 9 to 5.
We hustle,
hit the block, do what you do.
We hustle,
cause other niggas doing it too. Yeah.
I'm a hustler, homie.
Nope, that's not my man. Nope, that's not my man. Nope, that's not my man. Nope, that's not my hubby. He's my big buddy. My big buddy, he my big buddy. My big buddy, he my big buddy. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. He hold it down and don't want nothing from me. See, that's my shorty, but he really not my shorty. He stay in the crib and hold it down for me. He do sweet shit and tell me that he love me. But in the streets, he just my big buddy. He ain't with taking pics, he barely holds my hand. I say, let's take a pic. He says, not for the gram, people know who I am. Besides, he ain't my man, it's already understood, baby girl. You understanding me? I'm with the shits, can't do relationships, he could hit